I'm back and we have so much to talk about. So smash that like, grab something to drink. Hopefully you're wearing something comfy and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. 'Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for No Offense, All Offense, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture here, Joleen Lunzer, to talk about all of our favorite pop culture, reality TV, all the fun news. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. To talk about it here with you, we roast, we recap, we react to TV shows and news and all kinds of fun stuff over here. We take a comedic look, okay? However, just so you know, if you're new here, I am very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion as me. You're welcome to have your own opinion and sound off in the live chat or the comment section, and we can agree to disagree as long as we're not being bungholes to each other.
That's my opinion!
It's my opinion. So everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is for entertainment purposes only. Hello, you guys. I missed you so much. It's been almost a week. So this has probably been the longest for a while that I have went without streaming. As you guys know, I am in full auntie duty. My niece and nephew are with me for a month or so, and we went camping and we've been doing all kinds of things. We celebrated my nephew's 7th birthday. We have my niece's 10th birthday coming up. So I just wanted to take some time to go camping and spend with them, but I missed you all very much. And I missed talking about all of this craziness. So I'm glad that we are back, and I won't be taking another week off for a while because we have Big Brother 26 is starting in a month. That's crazy. It's June 17th today. It premieres on July 17th. I believe there's a 2-night premiere. And so I'm very excited for that. And then I also have to get caught up on the Real Housewives of New Jersey and give you guys some content with that. And we have OC coming up, Orange County. I mean, so many fun things. So sorry that, thank you guys for being patient with me. Thank you, Natalie. And welcome everyone in the live chat. Please smash that like, subscribe if you haven't already. We are getting closer and closer to 40,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. And you know the drill. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always send a super chat while we're live. I will highlight your comment. We can talk about it. You can send a super thanks after the video post. Thank you to those of you who have been doing that. I so appreciate it. You can join my YouTube membership or check me out on Patreon. Nana and I will be doing a night pants with Nana this Friday for our certain Patreon tiers and YouTube members. So that's something to look forward to. Otherwise, you can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. None of that is necessary, but if you so choose, it is available. Joseph's in the chat. Joseph says BB26 is the latest it has ever premiered. I don't think so, right? Because when we had the pandemic, we didn't get a premiere, right? Till later than that. Maybe you're right, Joseph. Is it really? I thought, for some reason, I was thinking we had an August premiere once upon a time, but I could be wrong. But yes, less than 400 subscribers to 40K. Oh my gosh, you got to watch Big Brother DC. I'm telling you, you will get hooked. You will be as frustrated, hopefully not as frustrated as Vanderpumprules was this season, but it's really fun. Obviously, we have a great group of people here who watch it. I watch the live feeds. We talk about spoilers, live feeds. I mean, we really get into it the way we get into Vanderpump Rules. So it's a lot of fun if you are a Big Brother fan, or maybe you were once upon a time and you haven't watched in a while. Feel free to watch again with us. Or maybe you've never watched, and it is quite the reality show. It can be very frustrating. Us Big Brother fans, we've been very frustrated, but we come back every summer. So to do our fun nicknames and impressions and all that stuff. Thank you, Jamie B. Yes, hit the like. Yeah, and it was basically a fall season last year. And yes, it went into Halloween because I remember the house guests dressing up. So we got a lot to talk about today. We have obviously Big Brother news that we'll start with, and then Kenya Moore news and Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff was happening while I was out of town. Ariana Madix and the other Critics' Choice Award winners. Ariana wore. Well, she wore. She's now hosting Love Island, and she won Reality Television Star of the Year. Oh my God. Has anyone checked on Sheena and Lala, because you know Lala's mad. Oh my God, all that work and what did it get me? All that work and what did it, I think that's a TikTok that's been trending. All that work and what did it get me? Nothing. And somebody check on Sheena too.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
She keeps winning. I mean, I'm so happy for Ariana, but I am really worried about Sheena and Lala.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
What? They not like us. Also, the Traders won the best unscripted show, I believe, best reality show. So we have Ariana Madix coming in for Female Star of the Year, Female Reality TV Star of the Year, Ariana Madix. Shout out to you, ma'am. Miss ma'am. And then we have the Traders coming in with Best Ensemble Cast in Unscripted Series, the Traders. I think Janelle and Sandra won something. I saw Janelle posting that she and Sandra won, I think, for their fight. Their exchange, I guess I should say, at the Traders Roundtable. So Traders is just killing it. And you know, I love Sandra. Queen stays queen.
I'm 74.
I didn't think Larsa and I were born in the same age because she looks like at least 10 to 12 years older than me.
I love. There is Sandra from Survivor and now the Traders just roasting up Larsa Pippen. And that'll never get old to me. And then Male Star of the Year, reality TV star, was it Alan Cumming? Did he win host? I think he might have won host of the year. So what's that though? I think I'm getting it right. Let me double check, you guys, because now I'm looking and I was like, maybe they were something else. But they're winning awards regardless. I'm going to be a little rusty coming back after a week. Yeah, the Traders was the top winner at the 2024 Critics' Choice Real TV Awards, with the Peacock series taking home 4 awards, including Best Competition Series, Best Ensemble Cast in an Unscripted Series, Best Show Host, being Alan Cumming, shout out to Alan, and Male Star of the Year. The latter 2 won by Traders MC. So Alan Cumming won Best Show Host and Male Star of the Year. Oh my God, Alan, get it, sir. That is amazing. I feel like we are very lucky to have Alan Cumming as the host of our American version of Traders. I still cannot wait to venture into I still haven't ventured into the Canadian or the English Traders, but I hear that they both have great hosts as well. So, but there's just this camp and this just overall like positivity and a little bit of snark that Alan brings to the Traders that makes it just so good. So good. Lala Buffenmeyer, thank you so much for the first super chat of the live. Lala says, if any new subscribers haven't watched Big Brother with you, they need to. We have a lot of fun. Joleen keeps us all updated on live feeds. I do. We're so ready for the new season. Thank you, Lala. Shout out to Lala and Christy. Every season by the end of Big Brother, I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so done. But I'm starting to get that like exciting feeling in my stomach, in my tummy tum, because I know that Big Brother is starting, and there's just something, even when it's bad, it's kind of good because we all get to come together as a group, and it's just like our summer obsession, and there's just an excitement that I'm starting to feel. And I love when that happens. I told myself when there is a summer where I don't have that, then I won't cover the show anymore. But so far, I always get the little tinglies, not in like any naughty places, just in my tummy. Okay. And CBS posted today, now that we are, you get it in April, Jim says I get that. In April, damn, Butterfly says, I'm so excited. This is my first season with Joleen. Oh, Butterfly, we're gonna have so much fun. I hope I don't let you down. Okay, so Julie Chen Moonves, obviously we only know Julie Chen, but there's this Julie Chen Moonves that exists as the host of the show. Big Brother CBS posted today, you know, they like to post us with some little clues regarding Big Brother. And they said on their social media, on Instagram, they posted Julie Chen with the new little logo saying, not everything is as it seems this summer. Hashtag BB26 is unlike any season we've ever had yet. And we're just 1 month away. Now, some people were clocking that this image that they shared was created by AI. So will there be some kind of AI component which would make it unlike any season we've ever had before? If they AI the cast, I don't know. I'll probably still watch, but I'm like, did they AI Julie Chen? Because Chen Bot, she's busy. She's got her podcast, God 101, 102, 101 point, God, I think it's God 101. She has her podcast where she loves to, talk about the Lord. Shout out to the Lord. So maybe she's just AI generated. Maybe she has been for seasons and we didn't know. But I thought that was interesting. As far as any of our other clues, they haven't really given much more away as to spoilers, twists. We all like to speculate on what twists Big Brother will bring to us. Will there be any returning players? Will it be all new cast? What will the twist of the season be? What will the house look like? We'll have to get closer to the date for them to sprinkle that out. But the fact that they used AI to create the post with Julie Chen, and so that's interesting. It makes me feel like AI will, and it wouldn't surprise me that, the big television corporations, they want that AI. They're like, hell yeah, we're tired of paying writers and actors. We just want to steal people's images and just make money off them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were going to do this. But somehow AI will be incorporated. Now, I don't know if it'll be the primo technology of BB20. Remember Sweet and Salty Sam? And she had to be a robot. I think it was the first couple nights, if I remember correctly. And that technology, it was pretty bad. It was a literal robot like Johnny Five, okay, back in the day, in the Johnny Five movies, just rolling around. And then she's in a room going, hi, it's me, Sam, Sweet and Salty Sam. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but yeah, I heard I haven't watched The Circle the past couple seasons. I was really into The Circle when it first came out. And then I just I don't know if they just came out too frequently. The last season I watched was that Jersey Guys season. What was his name? Joey, I think. And that was a good season, but I haven't watched it since then. And I know Jamie B is going to be like, what the hell, Jolene? Because he loves The Circle. But Janet's saying they had an AI contestant on The Circle. I didn't like it. Now, I don't know. Again, you guys know my stance on AI. The only thing that should be AI'd is kids in Hollywood, because I don't want any more child actors. Protect the kids. So AI kids on reality shows and movies and TV shows. But that's it. Nobody else should have AI. No AI writing, no AI acting. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yes, please hit that thumbs up. So, we'll see. But again, they're just telling us, like they always do, it's something like you've never seen before. Okay. And then Julie Chen posted on her Twitter, because it'll never be X to me. And she says, not everything is as it seems this summer. BB26 is 1 month away. Ooh, not everything's as it seems. Maybe she's the AI, the Chen bot. Was that wasn't season 1, was it? No, I watched more than one season. I watched a few seasons of The Circle and I really liked it. Myra says, it's even worse on TikTok with the kids. The Sephora kid thing is crazy. Kids need to be off TikTok. Oh my God, I know. Me and my husband Chell are telling my niece and nephew every day about how bad TikTok is. And they're like, God, we get it. But we learned today that there's kids at their school that call themselves furries. The only furries I know are, you guys know, the adult furries, which not going to kink shame, but there's kids that go to school now and say they're furries. And I think there's like furry kids on TikTok. So maybe that's where they found out about this. But I'm like, oh my gosh, not the furries. And my niece and nephew were saying they come up to them at school and say, stop furry hate. And I said, it's almost, but then my niece and nephew say then the furry kids, it becomes even more annoying because they're saying stop furry hate. So I'm like, it's almost as if advocating to stop furry hate is creating more hate. I don't know. But me and Chell were like, what are they called? They're like, they're furries. Sometimes they wear masks at school and tails. I'm like, what? What? And I only pause because of the adult version of furry. So what in the TikTok is happening? What is going on? I feel like they're setting American kids up to fail because there were all those reports that came out. I mean, I don't know if they're true or not, but saying that, for the American kids, they have the algorithm just messed up. Nothing that is educational or great. But then for other kids, like maybe kids in China or something, it's like this good stuff. But the American kids are like, throw the trash at them. So I don't know what is going on. I don't, but it's scary. Yes, it's too dangerous. Not for the kids. Yeah, the earth is doomed. Mm-hmm. Horrible, horrible. Okay. So that's the most we know about Big Brother is that we have a 2-night premiere. It's a month away. It's going to be like unlike anything we've ever seen before. Okay. And everything's not as it seems this summer. And they used an AI component in their marketing. So we'll see. We will see. Yes. When we take the alpha, yes, I guess, Cammie, there is a video. I haven't seen it. My husband said it's on the TikTok. I have a TikTok. Follow me over there if you haven't already. I don't post as much over there. But there's maybe a kid dressed up as a wolf going, I'm the alpha, I'm the omega, I'm the sigma or something. I don't know. I've also been learning about Riz and Womp Womp. Okay. And I guess nowadays kids you gotta have Riz, which is like, I guess your game. And your butt is your gat, not your yacht, but your gat or something. And there's a song sticking out my gat for the Rizzler. I'm just like, what's happening? I don't know. I don't get these things. I've never felt more not uncool, but yes, uncool. And also outside of pop culture than I do with all this stuff. Rampage says, I'm terrified of TikTok. I went down the rabbit hole. Oh my gosh. Cindy says, I've never watched Love Island, but Ariana's got me hooked. And it's actually a pretty good show. I really do want to watch this season, but I'm so behind in Jersey. I think I finally finished the episodes where they were at the Jersey Shore for Jersey Housewives. So I'm so behind in that. I have to finish Summer House. Okay. Because apparently I've been watching all of these, little videos about the Summer House reunion, and apparently Paige just ate up West. Is that his name? West? I think so. So everyone, we thought we were really going to like this West. Is his name West or Wes? I think it's West. We were going to like this West person. Turns out he's no good. He's no good. He's no good, baby. He's no good. Shocker. Another male Bravo star is no good. And speaking of that, the Decider put out a story about him. I'm telling you, these creepy mustache men, these creepy mustachios who claim to be like woke or like, I love women, I'm a feminist. It's like, you're not. You wouldn't have to say it if you were, okay? Apparently, this Decider says the Real Housewives of Dubai star Lisa Milan had to tell Summer House star West Wilson, oh God, why would his parents do that to him? West Wilson at www. Please stop it with that mustache.org. A few times that she's married with 3 kids when they were at a watch party. And there's Jen Fessler like, I'm married, but just whatever. I had sex with James Gandolfini. I thought that was interesting. Like, oh, West, what's going on? And I don't know why, because I haven't got to the episodes yet where he decides that he doesn't want to date Sierra because he's so into her. And then now I haven't watched the episodes yet where I guess he's like, I don't know, I'm just not really ready to. What are you doing then? What is happening here? What's going on? Oh gosh. So, but I'm excited to catch up and get the reunion and see him get eaten up by Paige. Jesse Solomon. Yeah, everyone assumed, Allie, that Jesse Solomon was going to be the a-holio of the season, but it turns out Jesse Solomon, pretty good guy. And I think, he's had some life experience that probably gave him quite a bit of perspective with cancer and stuff. So Allie says, Jesse Solomon needs to be redeemed. Oh, it was after the show ended? Oh, good Lord. Oh, good God. Another redemption arc. Oh no, not another redemption arc. All right. Speaking of which, Into the Light said, did you listen to Sheena's podcast? There was a question about who Sheena still talks to on VPR, and she didn't say Ariana, Katie, or Sandy, but it looks like Ariana's finally cut her off. Yes, Into the Light. It does sound like Ariana is taking a break. It's not all happening for Sheena and Ariana, and also Sandoval. So it's like, you know, all that work and what did it get me? Do 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 do. Absolutely nothing. Say it again. However, I saw a clip of Sheena on a podcast, and she was saying that she disagreed with Lala's assessment on Ariana not bringing anything to the show. And I was like, I would hope, Sheena, that you would disagree with that, because first of all, it's ridiculous. It's the ultimate hateration. It's the most hateration that's ever hatered before. So, a couple things came out of Sheena's podcast. Let's take a listen to Sheena saying that she disagrees with Lala Kent's recent comments about how Ariana didn't bring anything to the show. Okay. And now Lala has a new episode out, and I am subscribed on a, not my main channel, on like a side channel, and just so I can get the updates, but I don't want them every time I log into YouTube. And it looks like Lala and her brother Easton and that Jess girl, woman, I'm so sorry, are talking about sex. I don't know, but I can't think of anything I want to do less than talk about sex on a podcast with my brother. And I listened to just a clip, and they're talking about Lala's pretending she doesn't know what the cowgirl position is. I'm pretty sure that's how you made a baby. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how, biology, all the stuff works, but I'm pretty sure cowgirl gets you a girl. Reverse cowgirl gets you a boy. Okay. That's just what I know with my limited knowledge of medical vaginal intercourse. All right. That's just what I'm saying here. So she pretended that she didn't know what that was. And then the brother was saying that he likes the kind of like done up lips look, like the lip injections. And I'm like, what he was describing, because they were comparing it to like the Kardashians, which Kardashians they were more attracted to. And he liked more of the Kylie, and Lala, I think, said she did too. And then he was saying he likes that kind of lip filler look. And I'm like, as she's sitting, I'm just like, it just felt illegal, except for in what part of the United States is that not illegal? I don't want to always blame Alabama, but I feel like it's Alabama. It could be Arkansas. Something that starts with an A, and I'm so sorry, but it was weird. So let's listen to what Sheena has to say about about Ariana didn't bring anything to the show. She says she also knows that Ariana was battling with depression for several years, and she was giving her 100%. She was doing the best. Whatever. Let's see what Sheena says. Okay. Let's go, guys.
Lala made a comment about like Ariana just like floating for a few seasons or not giving much. It was something along those lines. But I also know that Ariana was battling with depression for several years. And I think that she was giving her 100%. She was doing the best she could. And whether people found that entertaining or not, that was just her living her truth and putting her mental health journey out there. And I think that is something that's really important to put on reality TV. And that's what I love so much about Nia on the Valley opening up about her postpartum depression. I think those type of things are what people can really relate to and know that they're not alone, that so many people in this world with, so many eyes on us are battling those same things. And I applaud anyone who can put that out there, because it's very important to just let people know they're not alone.
It's beginning. Sheena has to start separating herself a little bit from all the things that Lala says. Now let's listen to Lala.
I was very nervous going into this season, knowing that our main story, just like last year, the main story was Katie and Schwartzy. This year, it was the aftermath of Tom and Ariana. And I'm sitting here going, our main storyline is lying in the hands of someone who has really never brought anything to this show. And I'm fucking concerned.
And I mean, what you have
I see that, but also was very nervous going into this season.
So that was Lala initially talking with Heather McDonald. Oh, goodness.
They both for many years have like.
And this is her on Two Teas in a Pod. So the same thing, Lala's kind of been trying to force feed us this propaganda that Ariana's brought nothing to the show. And Lala was so afraid. She's like, I was afraid, bitch, that Ariana wasn't going to bring it and I had to save the show, ho. I gets to clapping and I got to clapping down on I had to bring the heat. And we're like, Lala, you did not bring the heat. All right.
They both for many years have like planned how they're going to go into a season. Yeah. They both for many years have kind of played this role of like, we keep, Ariana said this season she was gray rocking. I'm like, you've been gray rocking from the jump, babe. Like, there's no change here except this year, like, we actually need you to do something. And I know that sounds.
Oh, every time she says this year, we actually need you to do something, babe. It's like the shittiest. First of all, it's not true. Second of all, it just reeks of just pure jealousy, hatred. It's so gross. She's misusing gray rocking. I mean, Ariana's providing a service to the people, to those of us who had never heard of gray rocking before and have since looked it up. And Lala, obviously, she might be a little offended because Ariana's probably, if she hasn't already, which I think she probably has, started gray rocking her ass. All right. And Lala, similar to Tom Sandoval, because I have come to believe they are two peas in a very unfortunate pod now, is probably very upset that she's getting gray rocked because she has these similar weird narcissistic tendencies as Sandoval. My opinion, just simply my opinion. And as she says this, I'm just like, ugh.
Not nice. And I'm not meaning for it to come across that way. But it was like for many, many seasons before this happened, it was like it was okay for her to kind of be in the background.
Yeah.
It was fine. It worked
But if
well.
the entire season is ramping up to be about her.
You're the main story, babe. I'm going to need a little bit of something. They both from.
You're the main story, babe. I'm going to need a little something like a water party, a sperm donor picking party. I mean, what? Lala, what have you been bringing?
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
What? It's comical now. It's not even infuriating anymore because it's just like what Lala does. She's just condescending and wrong. How can you be so blatantly just wrong and think you're so right? It's cuckoo bananas to me at this point. And I mean, it's pretty clear that, Ariana, she's not too worried about it, babe. Here's what she's doing, babe. Ariana is killing these looks on Love Island. I can't wait to watch this season. I don't know how they drop on Peacock. If it's, they don't drop all at once, right? No, it's like a weekly thing or multiple times a week, kind of like Big Brother. But yeah, so Ariana, she's not worried about it. Now, I did have this picture up of Tom Schwartz before because allegedly Tom Schwartz wants everyone to know he's been to something about her 3 times. Yay. I mean, what do you want, a cookie? 5 nights a week. Damn. That's probably a good paycheck if that's 5 nights a week. Okay. All right, I gotta catch up. Yeah. So Tom Schwartz has been to something about her 3 times. Okay. Fan-frickin-tastic. Good for you, Tom. That's it. I don't really have anything else. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what he wants, but shout out to Terry, Katie's mom, looking super cute, and something about her, still killing it. People still going, stuff still happening. So awesome. Fantastic. Let's do a little palate cleanse. Heather Gay on Ozempic. Heather Gay on the OZ. Now, some are saying, Heather, that she might be unrecognizable. I can still recognize her. And we did see she had like a episode of 2020 or something where she was talking about Ozempic and the pressure to be thin. And I recently watched like a Piers Morgan thing where Gigi Golnessa was on it and Jackie from Jersey was on it, as well as some doctors talking about how, Ozempic and these semi-glutide, whatever it's called. I apologize, scientists in the room. These kind of drugs, pills, and things are going to just be, once the patent or the copyright is gone, I don't know how long that's going to take, but they will just be something that you can pick up really easy. So it won't be this where people have to wait, or people who really need it, like diabetics and stuff, people who have been taking this long before it was popular for weight loss, where it's affected people who need it for like a medical need. But I was listening to Jackie talk about it, and it's interesting with her because she brought up a lot of good points on how it is very dangerous for people with eating disorders, and how, what is this kind of saying to society when people are using it to lose, like, 5-10 pounds when they don't necessarily need to. Gigi Golnessa, formerly from Shaws of Sunset, she was saying she took it because after she had a baby, she had, I think, rheumatoid arthritis pretty bad. And so she was on all these steroids, and she's normally a very small, svelte lady, and she got up to like 140 pounds, and her normal is maybe like 110 or something. And she just could not lose the weight due to the steroid medication, and Ozempic was something that really helped her. And there was a guy, it's actually interesting, and I do not like Piers Morgan, but first, he is popping up in my algorithm. I watched one video of his about that Martha, the real life Martha, from the Netflix show Baby Reindeer, and he has been popping up. So now I watched Kevin Spacey did an interview. I don't even know what to think about Kevin Spacey anymore. I got to watch, I think Showtime might have a special about him. It was a lot, but this was actually interesting because there was a gentleman on there who used it himself, Ozempic, and he had notoriously been someone who would probably be considered like a binge eater, or like he would binge on food, ate a lot of, ate a lot of junk food, was overweight most of his life. And then he used Ozempic to lose that weight because in his family, his grandfather and I think his dad died in their 40s from like heart issues and things that were caused by obesity. So it's crazy. Oh my gosh. Reality Tea with Kristen Marie says Oprah is collabing with Weight Watchers and Oz at the same time. Oh my gosh. Well, they're offering those kind of semi-glutide. Am I saying it right, you guys? Drugs, whether it be Wegovy, Ozempic, there's just a whole bunch of them now. So they're offering those like everywhere. I'm pretty sure pretty soon, I think they're just going to be available for everyone. So yeah. Yes, it's very clear we should think, we should think poorly of Kevin Spacey 100%. But there were just like things in this interview. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. This isn't going to turn into a Justice for Kevin Spacey channel. Don't worry. But are you guys saying Joseph? She does kind of look like Joe now that Heather Gay has lost all this weight. She does kind of look like Joseph. Oh, but I mean, it's interesting, the whole Ozempic thing, because, I think we don't know long term some of the effects that it can have on our like digestive tract and things. So they were talking about that. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know what I'm talking about here at all. I feel for people that actually need this drug and have been on it for a very long time and can't get it, because we have housewives trying to lose a little bit of weight. But then I do understand someone like Heather Gay, who's in the public, spotlight, and the pressure we feel as women. So I understand that. But it's just an interesting topic to discuss. Christina, thank you so much for the super chat. Christina says, I discovered you on BB. Oh, Daniel Tiger, right along. Oh, Daniel Tiger, he was the worst. Yes, that's Heather Gay. This is Heather Gay. Next to her is Whitney. And this is a pic that was taken during filming of, I believe, the new season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I was going to say Utah, but same. So, girl, I thought that was Teddy or Joe. Yeah, that's Heather. Yeah, I don't know how much weight she's lost. I'm not sure. I think she's been on it for a while. And months ago, we talked briefly about her being on an episode of 2020 talking about this. And I think Nana and I talked about it. And it was a little frustrating hearing her talk about, the need to be thin and all these. I mean, it's I get it. The societal pressure is huge, but it's also like, still a bummer. And it is really interesting that everyone's on Ozempic, but we just came off of the body positivity movement. I guess we're done with that. I don't know if we're done. Everyone was like, "You're beautiful." You know, we had Lizzo was out there just like, "You can wear whatever you want," and then they exposed Lizzo. I don't even know if she got truly canceled, quote unquote, but they exposed her for a while, and then I guess the body positivity went with her. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like Heather has lost quite a bit of weight and has been very open to the fact that it is the Ozempic. Meanwhile, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are filming, and Jennifer Tilly, the actress, Chucky, Music from Another Room. I remember Jennifer Tilly from Music from Another Room. I believe she was. Yes, she was in that. Yes, she was. Yes. A movie in the 90s with that Jude Law. I was going to say Judd Apatow. Jude Law. Before we knew he was a cheater, pumpkin eater. But they've been filming with her and their Ozempic friend, Erica Jane, who's heavy. She says she's not. She says it's hormones, but that's just code for Ozempic, right? Come on. Right? Where did it go? We were just like, yeah, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Like crop tops are for everyone. I was like, hell yeah, awesome. And then they're like, just kidding, bitch. You better get on Ozempic, you fat ass. And I was like, oh, you guys just told me that my muffin top was great. You told me that my fupa was back. I was so excited. I was like, hell yeah to the fupas. And now you're like, nah. Now you got to go back to the look like your body's eating itself. And it's like, oh, not again. Not again. So, she was on Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. I forgot about that. I totally forgot. HC says people make it a point to, but organic, then inject Botox in their face. No shame, but it's funny. Oh, they're organic, and then but yeah, I mean, that would probably be something I would do. I mean, I don't eat organic. I probably should, but yeah, now they're just like, all right, fatties, let's go. Clean it up. And I'm like, I was just getting a little comfy in body positivity. And it's like, nope. I literally wrote a fupa joke. Like, this new generation, they like harness what the heck did I spill on my boob here? They got the power of the fupa, back. But I think it's unfortunately old millennials, Gen X's, we've ruined it again. We're ruining everything that any of the younger people, any movement they're making, we're like, yeah, but have you invented any drugs that will make you like really skinny and not want to eat? Have you done that? Okay. Yeah, psych, just kidding. You're not beautiful. And it's like, I'm going to sue Dove because Dove had me out here feeling good. They had me out here thinking I looked good. All right. They had me out here thinking 3 chins was the way to be. And now they're just like, just kidding. Just kidding, lady. So Beverly Hills ladies are filming. We got some shots of them filming at a spa. Ooh, fascinating. With Jennifer Tilly. Can't wait to see what she brings. I hope she ends up just being someone who just like drags everyone in her Jennifer Tilly voice. That would be awesome. So we have Erica and Kyle here, and then Dorit, fresh off her separation, divorce, whatever's happening with her and PK, and Kyle. Kyle looks tense in this picture. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're at a sweat lodge. I'm not sure. They're doing something. All right. Yeah. Using AI. Maybe they're AI. We don't know. We will see on the new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay. So now, she's starting. I'm starting, you guys. Kenya Moore hair care. So all this stuff started happening, I believe, over the weekend. So Kenya Moore has been, according to USA Today, according to everywhere, The Hollywood Reporter, Kenya Moore has been suspended indefinitely from The Real Housewives for revenge pee allegations. Huh? Okay. USA Today is saying Kenya Moore has been suspended indefinitely from The Real Housewives of Atlanta by Bravo following claims of revenge pee. Okay. I'm waiting for Tom Sandoval to be suspended because he's literally being sued for revenge pee. So we're deciding to act when it's a woman. Shout out to Bravo celebrities. posting this. Kenya Moore on Instagram, I should say. Kenya Moore suspended indefinitely from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Tom Sandoval still has a job and got a whole redemption arc season. So let's read this article a little bit more and see what's going on here. All right. The 1993 Miss USA is being put on pause, like Dorinda, by the network after an altercation with new cast member Britt Edie. A source familiar with the situation but not authorized to speak publicly tells USA Today. The Atlanta iteration of the network's popular franchise recently reshuffled its cast with newbies and former show stars after fan criticism. The network, which is currently filming its 16th season of the show, announced last month that returning cast members were going to be Kenya Moore, Portia Williams, Shamia Morton, Drew Sidora, and they would join newbies, this Edie woman, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, I apologize, Angela Oakley and Kelly Farrell as full-time peach holders, alongside former ROA personality Cynthia Bailey as an official friend of the group. Oh my goodness. So let's get into what happened here. All right. Boop, boop, badoo. They're talking about Drew Sidora and Ralph. Well, yeah, we know they're splitting. We know. But Kenya Moore Hair Care was suspended for unveiling photos depicting this new cast member, Britt Edie. So she unveiled photos depicting Edie, an insurance mogul. Oh my God, Vicky Gunvalson is going to be pissed. An insurance mogul, allegedly participating in a sex act during the recent grand opening of Kenya Moore Hair Spa in Atlanta. It is not currently clear if Moore will return to the cast. So they're saying that Kenya, I don't know if she brought one of those like blow up pictures, no pun intended with the blows and stuff, but a blow up picture or something, or maybe she had a slideshow where she showed this Britt Edie involved in a sex act at the Kenya Moore Hair Spa opening in Atlanta. But it wasn't, participating in a sex act during the recent grand opening. So she showed a photo, but I don't know where Brittany Edie did this sex act. If it was actually, the writing of it's a little confusing. Was it at the Kenya Moore Hair Spa? Because then I'd be like, yeah, that's a little Trey rude. Okay, we know you can get hornified anywhere, but please not at the hair spa. Plus, there's so much hair, and hair can get in crevices, and it's just, ugh, there's nothing like your hair, it's everywhere. Dashboard confessional, like, no, nothing, not sexy. Okay. Or was it just Kenya was at a party, the recent grand opening for Kenya Moore Hair Spa that we know she's been opening in Atlanta. And then she decides to show this picture of her cast member engaged in a sex act. It's literally, Jim is saying, a de-edited onto a press pic. Are you kidding me? Did she just put a dick on her co-star's head? Jamie B says she showed the picture at the grand opening of her spa. Okay. If it's the picture on Twitter, it's not a sex act. All right. All right. Just Kelly saying, since it's so early in ROA filming, they might edit Kenya out altogether. Oh, goodness. Thank you, David, for the super chat. David says, are you looking forward to next month for Big Brother? Are you going to do opening night for your recap of the show as usual? Of course, David. Yes, yes, and yes. And I'm so excited. So excited. Oh, she showed her OnlyFans? HC says it was a seemingly photoshopped image during filming. Producers were not happy. Okay. Well, should she have done that? No. But I just find it interesting that they wait till a woman on Bravo does something like this, and then we're going to have consequences. But Tom Sandoval exists in the world with a whole lawsuit against him by Rachel Raquel. The whole reason that we know about Sandoval is because, admittedly, Tom, Rachel, and Ariana have said that there was this video of Rachel doing the ditty on her baby door to herself that she did on a FaceTime with Tom Sandoval while they were involved in scandal and cheating, and that Tom Sandoval then recorded without Rachel Raquel Rocky, whatever her damn name is today. Quit changing your name, lady. Okay, you got to change that spirit, not that name. Change that spirit, not that name. And he recorded it without her consent and then kept on his phone, to which Ariana found the phone and the video on Tom's phone. But he gets a redemption season. And this is why women who watch this show are like, what are you doing? How many men or internalized misogynist women run this damn network that this flies? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Carolyn says it's a picture from OnlyFans. She blew up and enlarged it. Okay. I mean, kind of rude. Yeah. Doesn't seem as bad as someone recording you while you're doing the ditty on your baby door during a private FaceTime that you don't think anyone will ever see. Now, if she has an OnlyFans, I don't like that she shared something that's behind a paywall, because give the ladies their money. All right, Kenya, not cool. But technically, anyone could go out and find and see that. It was in the mouth. Oh, it was in the mouth. Okay. So there was a D in the M. Okay. Huh. Yup. Yeah, silly goose. The reckoning should have been the male-female disparities. It really should have been. The double standard that Bravo continues to have, the fact that Kenya was suspended so quickly and Tom Sandoval has got away with so much on the show. They have literally allowed this man and allowed for a season, an arc that was going to paint one of the victims of his cheating, lying, narcissistic grossness, Ariana, paint her as the villain. But Kenya's like, goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Okay. Did you tag me in it? I just tagged you on Twitter. Okay. Let me take a look. Thank you, Jim. Oh, Lord. It's crazy. Okay. Page 6. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. You guys, thank you for getting, okay. Oh, what? This might be, okay. So it looks like this picture that Jim just sent me was Kenya Moore with holding a glass, just almost like at her hair spa salon. I can't show it because there's a wiener, and YouTube is not wiener friendly. All right. And on a screen in the back is the new housewife with a edited in just wiener near her face, just kind of pointing like, hi, I'm new here. And okay. So I'm going to look at some of these comments and see. I think, the post has been deleted. It was a Photoshop pic, not revenge P. That's what some people were saying. However, I don't know if that's actually the truth, because some of you are saying that it was directly from her OnlyFans. Sinister Girl says Tom Sandoval has been called a dangerous and a predator, a groomer, and Bravo still stands, behind his literal tomfoolery. Literally. You are 100% correct. Not wrong at all. And this story is just, here, let me send this picture over. Not of the wiener. Don't get excited. Don't calm your lady boners and man boners down over there. But damn, I mean, they just started filming this season, and this Brittany succeeded to do what I think a lot of people, including Nene, tried to do, which was get rid of Kenya. Now, I don't think this will necessarily be good for the show. I was excited that, as problematic as Kenya can be, I guess, I don't even know if problematic, maybe, but Kenya is a certified villain. Like, she knows what she is. She understands the assignment and she delivers. Now, not everyone's going to agree that she's always killing it, or not everyone's going to enjoy her on the show, but I was happy that, with Candy gone, she was going to come back. Portia's going to be back. Drew Sidora, I do not care about Drew. No offense, all offense, but okay. And then Cynthia's a friend of, and then Portia's friend, I already forgot her name. I'm so sorry. So I was kind of excited for this cast. So it's unfortunate that this happened, but Gone with the Wind, fabulous. There's a migraine. Oh, Jessica, thank you so much. I was going through withdrawals without you guys too. NYC Girl Forever says Kenya often takes things too far. I just don't like the uneven punishments. Exactly. If we're going to punish one, like let's keep it for everybody. Let's same energy. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Rampage saying, I mean, Roa has been very nearing, similar to Jersey, a possible complete cast shakeup and overhaul, similar to Roni at this point. And I still have not watched a full season of the new Roni. There's just something about, there's just not, I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat. Should I give it a chance? Am I being too harsh on the new Roni? But Nene Leaks entered the chat as soon as she heard about the Kenya Moore hair care and the suspension, the pause, whether permanent or not. Nene said, don't come back over here. Stay over there. So Nene definitely being like, okay. You know, and maybe if Kenya is put permanently, if she is fired from the show, maybe her and Nene will work together and they will attempt to take down Bravo. I don't know what's going to happen, you guys. I don't know. Yeah, Shamia. I don't know why I always forget about Shamia, but I mean, has she ever been a full-time housewife before? I don't know. Pamela B, thank you so much for the super chat. Pamela B says, thank God you're back, Jolene. I'm laid up with a bum wrist. Oh, I'm so sorry. And need the laughs trying to be cute. Roller skating backwards. Oh no, I just went ice skating and I thought for sure I was going to have a situation like that because last time I did, I fell tits down. Oh my God, tits and tummy down. And I bruised my stomach, my fupa, everything got bruised last year. So I went ice skating this year again with the kiddos. And I said, I'm not going to get too fancy like I did last year because I was feeling myself and I tits first, tits down to the point it was one of those falls where people are like, oh my God, are you okay? And I'm so embarrassed. You know, and I'm like, I'm fine. But I was bruised everywhere. So I hope you heal and get better very soon, Pam. I'm so sorry. Trixie0509, thank you so much for the super chat. All right, you guys some of you are saying Roni's good. Irene, I will always miss Nene. I don't care. I am, if there's one housewife I'm an apologist about, I'm a Nene apologist. I feel like Nene brought so much to Bravo, to Housewives. We all still sayings, memes. I mean, was there a point where Nene was feeling herself too much? Was she believing her own hype? 100%. Was there a point where she didn't fully probably appreciate everything the Housewives brought to her when she was on The New Normal or those other shows that were canceled? Yes. But I just wish that there was something that could be done to get Nene back, but I think it's too far gone, obviously now with the suing of Bravo. But really, who cares, Andy Cohen, right? Who hasn't sued a friend or an employer once upon a time? It really should be about the entertainment value. But I am 100% a Nene apologist. And some people really hate that about me, but I can't help it. She's had seasons where I was like, you can tell she doesn't want to be there. But when Nene is on, Nene's on. And I wish we could go back to some kind of real like OG type season. But yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But I miss her. Okay, so some of you are saying that Roni was really, really good. Okay, the new Roni. All right. Yeah, once you sue an employer. Oh my gosh, my nephew still says that, Carolyn. Brock's pounding burritos in bed. No, he says, oh my God, Brock's pounding burritos in bed. And he just says it. Okay. Right? Rather Nene than Kimsey. And Kimsey, I mean, every story I see come out about that lady, it's still, I think her and Croy are still in that damn house. It's like War of the Roses. They're each on a side. I feel bad for those kids. I feel like someone should come intervene and take the kids out of the house. But I've seen cop calls now. I tried to follow it, but it was just getting way too dark. Way too dark. Right, Kristen? I can overcome a lot when you're genuinely witty and hilarious. I feel the same way. You know, there's some Bravo celebrities and they're just, okay, we're done. We're done with you. But Nene just brought a wit, you know, just this comic relief and her snark. And she wasn't always right, but she was always entertaining for the most part. So, yeah. Okay, so you guys are saying I miss Nene too. I miss Nene too. Kim is a glutton for punishment. Well, I wish I didn't really ever like Tardy for the Party, but I wish it would have actually been what was going on in her life, which seems like a really cuckoo marriage and also possibly gambling issues. I mean, I would rather watch that than whatever was going on with their fake chef or Chef Susie, Lucy, Doozy. I don't know. But every time I would put on Don't Be Tardy, I'm like, how the hell did this show get so many seasons? It is so scripted, fake, cheesy, boring. How many times can I watch her drink out of a red cup and go, I just didn't understand it. You know, if white privilege isn't real, then how do you explain Kim Zolciak getting her own show for all those seasons? I mean, there are far greater women of Bravo who should have gotten shows than her. So I don't know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Yeah. When Nene was at her best, you know, obviously everyone has changed since then, and she's had the loss of Greg and lots of things, but I don't know how this has turned into a Nene support group. Like, we need Nene back. But yeah, it really is. Yeah. Atlanta. Oh my gosh. When Marlo and they thought Marlo was going to do something. I thought maybe she would too, but that was so boring. It was just like a candy takedown. That's not fun. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, maybe it was her singing talent. Whoa, 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 whoa. The ring didn't mean a thing. Whoa, diamonds. I'm upgrading my Escalade. It's like, no, thank you. So Kenya Moore actually retweeted, subtweeted, whatever we're calling it these days in the Elon Musk world, where read a book at AXA TXRRXS on Twitter says, but Tom Sandoval can screen record Raquel touching herself without her consent and end up on Traitors. But Kenya is suspended. That is unfortunately the world we live in. And you guys, I hate to add more, bad news to this, but there's this speculations, according to Reality T, Cheryl Burke I don't know if she's still on Dancing with the Stars, but she was a big deal on Dancing with the Stars for a very long time, predicts Tom Sandoval for Dancing with the Stars, because she says the same people that cast Traitors cast Dancing with the Stars. And so she is foreseeing Tom Sandoval on Dancing with the Stars. For me, I don't watch. I watched the clips when Ariana was on it, but I don't really watch Dancing with the Stars. So whatever, go embarrass yourself. But yeah. So every time we hear this made up fake ass narrative of Tom has suffered, he has not suffered a day in his life. He has gotten more opportunities, more money, more television appearances than he ever would have regarding this scandal that he created. For being a dirty dog. He is getting handed treats constantly for being a dirty, dirty dog. And I hate to insult dogs like that. So when everyone's like, he's suffered, he has not suffered a day in his life. He had his Vanderpumprules, his redemption arc. He was on the Army show where he pooped outside and cried, and JoJo Siwa had to carry him. He was on Masked Singer. Now he's going to be on Traitor Season 3, and he might be on Dancing with the Stars. So miss me with this fake Tom Sandoval has paid for his sins. He has not. He has not. Oh, he's probably going to complain about the costumes, Casey, and he's probably going to, I brought my own. Oh, I feel bad for whoever his makeup artist is. I just feel bad. And again, if Tom Sandoval is on Dancing with the Stars, somebody should check on Sheena immediately.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. Okay, now let's get into the final and longest thing I want to discuss today, and that is while I was gone, you guys, okay? Billie Lee did a podcast, and I had like no internet except for so at the campsite, we didn't have any internet, which was actually fantastic because it, then you are present and you're doing all this outdoor stuff, but we were camping near the beach. So our campsite was just a walk to the beach in Santa Barbara. And so when we would go to the beach, I did have internet access. So I was able to listen to Billie Lee's podcast episode she did where she responds to Tom Sandoval's girlfriend, Victoria, with receipts. And she had that T girl on there who was on this season for like a millisecond and was supposed to be a love interest for Tom Sandoval, the one that Ariana was like, how old are you? Oh, 25. Okay, babe, don't waste your life with Tom Sandy. But And I was camping, with my niece and nephew, my friend Katie, her daughters. And I said, I think Auntie Jolene has to stay at the beach just a little longer. And I stayed an extra hour, and Katie was nice enough to take the kids back to the campsite so I could listen to this, because I'm like, there was a lot of tea that was spilled. And yes, silly goose, I got this newfound appreciation for this tea woman. Now, I still don't get why she'd want to have sex with Tom Sandoval, because gross. And we heard he reeks and doesn't change his undies. You know what I mean? And she's like attractive and seems like has a very good head on her shoulders. So I don't, other than clout, which she said she wasn't going for, well, then what would there be? I don't remember him being well known for his sexual prowess. What are we banging him for? Like, did someone hold a gun to your head? Like, why? But T was really good in this episode. It made me think that, like, Billie Lee, I know she wants to do this, comedy podcast, and I get it as a comedian, but maybe you want to incorporate T more, because she, well, I guess that would only work if she was going to talk about Vanderpump. But anyways, so it was, yeah, spill the tea with T. I liked her too. And I was like, why would she let her perfectly good vagina touch him? You know what I mean? Like, I always, just like, no, it's undeserved vagina. Like, these guys, they just don't deserve it. So let's listen to, I don't know if we'll get through the whole episode, but I do want to cover this because it was actually a great episode, Billie Lee. And Billie Lee has, she's been, on her social media saying that she is listening to the fans about their concerns with her being interrupted when she tried to talk about this on her podcast previously, when Joseph, the national reality television star Joe, Kaylee Jo Wenberg, when she was on the episode, and also her co-host, because it's Billie and the Kid, I think is the podcast name. If you guys want to go find it, she has, I don't want to she has her own YouTube channel, Billie and the Kid podcast. It's also, you can find it everywhere podcasts are found here. So give Billie Lee her props for that. But she was saying, like, I know that you guys think that Joe interrupted a lot, but I love Joe. But she was definitely like, I noticed, and it was hard for me to talk about something so serious on a comedy podcast. And I'm thinking, not really. I do that every day. I mean, no offense, all offense. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but toot. We talk about serious stuff over here, and we're able to get it out and do it. So maybe it really was Joe or your co-host, allegedly. Okay. And I do feel for her co-host, because she's like, well, what's my part in this? She's a comedian. So she's like, when do I get to talk? But with us Vanderpump people, and if they really want to get some people over there to get the ratings up or the views up, not that they need to, but maybe, then you got to let Billie spill the tea on this. Okay. You got to let. So let's take a listen. Jen Willow says, T was great, but Sammy is still my favorite. I mean, Sammy's adorable. It's hard not to like Sammy, because she's so cute and she's so high. She's just so high. She's just the highest piece of high that ever hides. She's so gone. She smoked all the weed. There's no weed left in California. She ate all of it. She smoked all of it. She's just like, like, she's just living on a prayer. I don't know. She's living on a green ganja prayer. She's so young, great skin. She's just living her best life. Just so high. But yeah, she does intervene, like, because she's like, I thought we're supposed to be having fun, because she doesn't probably want to talk about Vanderpump Rules. But Billie's like, no, right? I got a contact high just watching her. And that's that about that. Okay, you guys, give me a thumbs up in the chat when you can hear the audio of this, and we will commentate on this. I'm going to speed it up just to 1.2 and see if that's just so that, because it is an hour long and I don't want to, the whole thing. Okay, here we go.
Top 10 funniest moments of the week. Tom Sandoval blocked me on Instagram.
Can you guys hear that? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear that. So Sammy says, top 10 funniest moments of the week. Tom Sandoval blocked me on Instagram. And Sammy's like, I didn't even like him. I think Sammy even says she didn't follow him back. And it's like, well, Tom Sandoval's filming for Traders. Now, would Tom Sandoval be this petty? 100%. But maybe girlfriend Vicky got a hold of his account and blocked you, Sammy.
Yeah.
Like literally couldn't be funnier. I have nothing to do with any of this shit besides the fact that I'm on the podcast with Billie and that we're like best friends. But it's like, how many times I talked to Tom? 5?
He blocked my assistant. He's met her like twice.
It's literally
Why does Billie have an assistant? I'm just asking the questions. Like Lala says, the audience wants to know.
hilarious. I saw that he blocked Amanda because she posted about it. And that's when I checked and I was like, I didn't even follow him. I think it's literally
Isn't he not
hilarious.
supposed to have access to social media? So who's
So there's T. And T's like, isn't he not supposed to? T is adorable, but her brought her shirt the whole time. I was like, I gotta. And then I'm like, no, that's the look, Jolene. Moldy oldie. That's the look. But I was like, does she know her tank top is completely fallen down? But no, that's the look.
who's blocking you?
Yeah, T, he didn't block you though.
He didn't. He still follows me.
Which is funny because the whole entire time you came on here and talked shit about him and made fun of his penis or whatever.
Where did we miss this episode where T went on the podcast on Billie's and made fun of Tom Sandoval's penis? I didn't see that. Okay. I don't advocate for penis shaming, but it happens. I can't stop it.
Like he was like, take that down. I can't believe you're friends with her. But like he's still following you. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, we were still hanging out till December. Like, he was trying to meet my mom.
In December?
Yes.
When did he start
Oh.
dating Victoria?
November?
Our sweet angel.
T, you better go into witness protection. Vicky's gonna kill you. Vicky is gonna get you. Oh no. Don't let Vicky watch this episode. Do we know if Vicky has seen this yet?
Still Victoria.
I think November, right?
Whose dog is barking? I wish they would put their dog on the show. Okay.
I mean, he was calling me in Thailand. He was calling me in Asia, being like, oh, we're here. Look at this. Look at my hotel,
Yeah, he definitely has already cheated on Victoria several times. I hate to break it to her, but like I hope she's not really trusting him because that's hysterical.
Well, I mean, duh, but also Billie, be careful.
Where do we start with this? Oh my god. It's like we got some printouts right here. Cool. Thank you.
They had to print out things because it is the year 2000.
That live they did was a hot fucking mess.
I feel like we're in court right now.
I know.
We're literally
I
like,
know.
let's go over the allegations.
Yeah.
Like, but I can't get like that. By the way, I was on set filming my first movie.
Billie, we know. Okay, we can let it rest now. Let the movie breathe. You've told us so much.
While this live was happening, I was chiming in, being like, that's a lie. That's a lie. And then when I saw how she was like slurring her words, I was like, and I saw just like the hot mess that it is. And then I was seeing all the comments where they're like, Team Billie, like, what is she on? What is going on? I was like, they're literally doing me a favor.
Mhm.
Like, that is what everyone's DMing me. That's what everyone's messaging me. I can't believe they literally went on there and was like, so let's start with a live if we can. We have T here. I brought my special guest, one of my besties in here because she has been with me throughout the entire time we filmed. Before that, I introduced her to Tom. And also I hike with her weekly. So she knows when I was going through this drama with them in real life, she was there to hear it.
Yes, I heard these things like day after Billie would call me. But even before Vanderpump, Billie and I had no clue she was on the show. We did not know. I was just girlfriends with her,
We met in acting class.
Yep.
I never
Yep,
talked
I
about
had
reality.
700 followers. We were chilling, we were hiking, like
Yeah.
seriously from like bottom up. Like,
Okay, love it. That's so good for you guys. I don't care.
Yeah.
Almost every day.
Those are still showed up day after day to be a good friend. So
Literally,
let that go.
I would literally show up at your house like a hot mess crying because of the drama that I had to experience with them.
So Billie says, I would literally show up at Sammy Stoner's house, a hot mess because of the drama. Now, Billie's going to talk a lot about what she did for Tom Sandoval, but I don't understand why she did so much for him because she says she wasn't on the payroll, but she was literally cleaning up dog poop, cat poop, pee. I don't know. I love my friends, but no, what? I mean, obviously, if someone goes through something like a big loss or like, you know what I mean? They're grieving, but Tom, what? Why?
Yep. And you experienced all that and still showed up day after day to be a good friend. So
Literally,
let that go.
still showed
yes,
up.
I don't think people understand how much Billie was doing. Dry cleaning, like damage control, cleaning the house.
Damage
We
control.
used to
But why? If he's not, she literally says in this podcast, I wasn't on the payroll. Then why are you doing this? And some will say because you're in love with him. She says, I'm not in love with him. But why else? I don't get it.
oh my gosh, those
Was it
full
just because that was like the way for her to be on the show?
floors I've never seen anything worse. Like clean, it was just everything. It was
Yeah.
truly everything.
The thing is, like, when Ariana left, there was a period where the dog was, when the affair first happened, the dog was still there and the cat. And so I
Justice for Kitty and sweet pupperoni.
was dog sitting a lot, as I do. You guys know.
Maya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maya. You guys know I
But do you like dog sit for free? Because like our friends are great. They'll, if we have something come up, you know, we had like one day where Chell was going to be working a 12-hour shift and I was camping with the kiddos. Our friends Vanessa and Joaquin come over here multiple times during the day. They're our neighbors. Shout out to them. They're lovely and wonderful. And we're so lucky to take care of Buffy and Teddy. But to do that all the time and no one's paying you? What?
know I had dog sit
Yeah.
a lot of
Love
friends.
dogs. We love the dogs.
And there was Maya peed and pooped a lot on the rugs. So it was just like the
Those
smell was really
rugs.
bad. Kitty liked to pee everywhere. Like it was just a really bad thing.
Mhm.
Why wasn't Tom taking care of that? I mean, we know that Ariana was traveling and stuff, but why wasn't Tom a better dog owner? And you wanted to fight for these dogs and this cat. And again, I just always assumed that Billie Lee was getting paid. And that's why she was doing it. Because people dog sit and stuff in LA, they take little gigs and stuff. Yeah, people do that all over the place. But you weren't even getting paid, girl.
And so I spent a lot of time getting all of those rugs up, getting
Yep.
them moved out, getting the place cleaned. Because
Right,
I would
Kristen?
joke, but like my mom, when she was young, like when we were young and they were struggling parents, like I grew up
I love that Sammy's just like checking herself out on her phone. She's like, oh yeah, this is interesting. Dog pee and cat pee. Let me just take a look at myself. And she's like, I see 4 of myself. Love it.
in a trailer at my very
Oh, Billy's she's gonna tell us about her trailer life.
young age, and our trailer was cleaner than the house. And I was like, Tom, we gotta do something.
Why would she assume your trailer would be dirtier? I don't understand that. Are trailers notoriously dirtier than homes? I guess I didn't understand when she was saying that, but I don't know.
I also just want to back up a little bit because I've seen so many comments. Like when Tom and Ariana, when the affair happened, I spent most of my time in Indiana. I was like madly in love with one of my old best friends back at home. So I wasn't really here involved in Vanderpump or the affair or anything like that. And then when I was here and the affair happened, I was at Tom Tom when the whole fight happened and Ariana found out. I went to Tom and Ariana's house. It felt like a death in the family. I cried. I was there for Ariana for like 6 weeks after the Tom Tom incident, after she found out. I was fully there for her. I was so pissed at Tom. Even though he was like a brother to me, like family, I was still really upset.
That's creepy when she says brother because there's like rumors that they hooked up. Like, okay.
And then one of our friends, Jason and Kimmy, who I love and adore, who I introduced them to
Oh
Tom,
no!
was like, Tom is
Billie is the reason that laptop owner Jason is even here and on this show because Kimmy, his wife, and laptop owner Jason were friends with Billie, allegedly, according to her, and she introduced them to Tom Sandoval. Billie, you will learn in this podcast, she did so much for Sandy Butt. Like gave him friends, tried to find him assistants, cleaned his house, took care of his animals. Like, girl, what? Come on. Unless you were like in love with, it just doesn't make any sense if he's not paying you. Or maybe she thought being that close to him. The only thing I could think of is she thought being that close to Tom, which I'm sure she'll deny, was her way back on the show. That's what I'm thinking.
Tom is not doing well. Like he really needs a friend. Like we're really worried about him. And that's when I stepped in. And at the same time, I was still dog sitting and helping. So I texted Ariana and I said, hey girl, I'm going to your house. I'm also going to be dog sitting.
Okay, so I'm going to rewind it. Jason and Kimmy said, Tom's really struggling. Well, then why couldn't laptop owner Jason go over there and pick it up? Why couldn't he do it?
It's Jason and Kimmy, who I love and adore, who I introduced them to Tom, was like, Tom is not doing well. Like he really needs a friend. Like we're really worried about him. And that's when I stepped in. And at the same time, I was still dog sitting and helping. So I texted Ariana and I said, hey girl, I'm going to your house. I'm also going to be dog sitting. I'm like, I just want to give you the heads up. And she said, okay, I love you, but I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the paparazzi seeing us out and me there the whole weekend, she unfollowed me, blocked me. That's when I lost all my friends, including her. So I wasn't like I just randomly picked a side and was like, I'm going to go with Tom. Like I was really there as much as I could for Ariana. And I understand she had to build and create a boundary, which was like anyone who is friends with Tom is not friends with me. Yeah. I get that. It still really hurt me. Obviously, if I was friends with her, I wouldn't talk about Tom. I wouldn't discuss that. I would just be there for her. But I get it. Like that's her journey. However, apparently she is still friends with Kyle, who knew the whole time.
So Billie is definitely trying to get back on the Ariana train. She picked the wrong bus, the wrong train. Her train never left the station. And so now she's like, but apparently Ariana's still friends with Kyle. Is she though? Is she though? Was she ever that close with Kyle Chan, or is she just like, whatever, bro? I don't have time. Like, she's so busy. Is she though? I feel like Billie says that she was family. She's going to say, I spent holidays with Tom and Ariana. So Ariana probably felt more hurt by you than she would Kyle Chan, who clearly is just trying to hump Tom. I don't know what's happening over there, but Kyle Chan is, to me, he's odd and not like a fun Aquarius odd. He's like odd. I don't understand. I have to believe he's just part of the woman haters club with Tom at this point because he's such an apologist for this man. But Billie, I think Ariana was probably more hurt by because she actually probably thought of you as a good friend.
The whole time, I guess. So we're going to go to the live.
Yes. Here we go.
Yeah. The live, I want to just start off with Kyle. He goes on to tell me Billie's a good person. You know, he says these positive things about me, but then immediately follows with like these really negative things. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start with just negative things about Kyle because I don't think positive of him. I've always thought he was fake. Right. His entire business is to put his jewelry on famous people.
Right.
His job is to be friends with all these famous people. And when he said this story, like when I first met Billie, she was like, oh, do you want to put your jewelry on me? Do you like trans people? First of all, I don't know if I was intoxicated or not. I don't fully remember the conversation, but I do know my intention was, I'm going to be on this show. There's going to be press on me. If you want me to wear your stuff as a loan, not even as like a gift, I'm open to that. You know, like that. I think that was the initial conversation. It wasn't like, hey,
if you want me to like wear your stuff like as a loan, not like as a, like I'm open to that. If you want to give me free expensive jewelry, like I'm open to that. I'm open. This is so stupid.
I'm trans. You need to gift me all this jewelry. Like, what the fuck? Like, who would say that? Like, I
kind of believe you might say that.
The job of influencers is to be like, do you want me to wear your
your
clothes on this TV show?
Yeah. First of all, my first
Yes.
2 seasons, people threw stuff at me to wear on the show. So like, I literally was just like, oh, this is Tom's friend. Like, that was the start of that. And I realized also he wasn't as kind to me until he realized like, oh, she is on the show and she is doing something with her life.
That sounds about Kyle.
As a jeweler, and especially him, he has to attach himself to famous people and he has to play the middle ground, which is why he didn't like pick sides when it came to Tom and Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
But he did pick sides. He definitely picked Tom's side. He's out there doing, you know, PR for Tom with his lady friend Vicky, who he's holding up Vicky so they can tell stories that don't make sense. So he picked a side.
Also, the trans card. Like, when did I ever say anything about being trans?
You weren't on the live and people were like, Billie said the trans card. I'm like, she's not even on the live.
I didn't say that like our friendship broke up because I was trans. I didn't like Victoria because I was trans. I used the trans card one time in 2018, I believe, when I was on the season. It was girls' night in. I was triggered by that. Yes, that one time I pulled the trans card, that one time I was triggered. I later found out it wasn't even Katie that created the list. It was production. That's reality TV for you. And so I'm just like,
again, justice for Katie, because we all remember that, you know, Billie was like, there's a girls' night and Katie put it together and she's probably transphobic and she didn't include me. And Katie's like, what are you talking about? So production really did this and put this together and made the list and blamed Katie. We're always just blaming Katie here.
Where are you getting this trans card? And for you to be an LGBTQ person and sit there and say that I'm pulling the trans card, fuck you, Kyle.
It's unfair.
It's so unfair. It's so awful. And like,
I will say, Kyle struck me as one of like, and you see this happen in like, you know, groups where it either be with like some women, you know, who are like, I got mine. Oh, well. And I feel like Kyle is like one of those like older dude gays. No offense to older dude gays. Shout out to you. But there is like a little, you know, group, I think, of like older men who are very anti-trans. And I think Kyle, the way he was talking to me, this is just speculative at this point because he's never said, I don't like trans people. But so it's all speculation, but I feel like Kyle, the way he described Billie and how he was saying, oh, she's pretty, you know, it just, and saying she pulled the trans card, it gave me the feeling that Kyle, he wants to take the tea. You know, there's a YouTuber, there's a couple of like, and yeah, I usually see this with like the old white guy gays. Sometimes some of the really like who, and not all, hashtag not all older white men, gay white men, but they'll be like, I don't understand trans. And you're like, well, it's not up to you to understand. I don't know why we need your understanding on it. You know, it's like, I got mine, you know? So Kyle strikes me as that, right? Ida, the way he was saying, oh, she's pretty. It was just sus. I was like, what? Huh? And immediately throws out the trans card. And I was like, okay.
And like, shame on you. Like, I'm sorry, but you lose all the cards in the LGBTQ community, because that right there was disgusting, like from the start. And then he's going to say, and I could sue her. Let's go into the allegation.
Yes.
Sue me.
We're back in court.
Yeah. Sue me. And I'm going to just start
Right,
with allegedly.
Lindsay? It was gross.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the theme.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I created this lie about Kyle.
Thank you, Laura.
And told people when I didn't. There's no proof that I said anything. And then I never would go on live. Even if I were like to think of some crazy shit like that, I would not go on live and talk about it in a public way. However, he did. Like, I'm confused how you can make up something
and then sue that person. You can make up a lie and then sue that person?
Yeah.
That is not how that works.
Exactly.
No, that is not how that works.
No.
Like,
so let's just, and I know you know this, but let's just talk about how this lie came about. There was a situation where Victoria found a text message from, or she saw a text message from Kyle, and Kyle was like, oh, is she having one of her tantrums or a manic episode again? It was something, I don't know word for word. So we were downstairs in the kitchen. This is what she was talking about in the kitchen. And by the way, she knew there was no cameras working because I begged for cameras to be working.
So this is when Vicky was on Up and Adam's interview. Hilarious. When she was like, and there was a camera that was in the kitchen and there's a red light. And I thought it was recording what Billie said. And Billie said that Kyle Chain tried to give Tom Sandoval substances and take advantage of him. And we're like, huh? So this is the great camera debate. And Billie Lee is going to tell us that, oh, I begged for more security. So Billie Lee is cleaning up dog piss, cleaning up cat piss, taking care of the animals, cleaning up Tom's life, planning interventions for him, and now worried about the security of his home. Is there anything Tom Sandoval can do as a 57-year-old man? Is there anything this 63-year-old dude can do on his own? It's ridiculous.
we all knew.
We all knew. I like literally house sit there all the time. Strangers would come up to the door because there's no gate code. And I said, you guys, you know me, stranger danger. I watch one true crime show and I think someone's murdering me. I was like, please get the cameras working. All you need is a hard drive. Tom never did it. I kept begging. When Victoria came into the picture, I even told her, I said, can you convince him to do it? My car got broken into. Still no cameras. I was like, are you fucking
damn, Tom? Tom's neighborhood is rough. Billie's car got broken into, and Tom's like, I just want everyone to be able to come in and do mushrooms with me.
Are you kidding me? So she bought these
I don't
two
wanna.
cameras that are like Nest cameras, like one for the front door, one for the back door. They literally set in the box on.
Who doesn't have those cameras on and working? Like, I got Ring. It's awesome.
On the counter, on the bar, or on the table in the kitchen the entire time, probably while we were having this exact conversation.
Also, the red light blinking, like, girl, there is no red light. There has never been a red light. Like,
listen, T, Vicky saw a red light. Okay, let her see her red light. Vicky's like, everywhere I look, I see a red light. Yeah, and they all want to take pictures of me, and I say, go ahead. Hi, Leo. Like, what Vicky sees is what Vicky sees. Let her see what she wants to see.
I even asked, oh, do these work? He's like, I don't know the passcode for something. I don't know the login.
Of course he doesn't.
There has never been a time where these cameras worked.
Okay, so here's the thing about the cameras. And this is obviously going to force them to get the hard drive immediately because I want them to be safe. I'm not doing this to like ever put any harm or physical harm on anyone. I want this house to be protected. And that's how I've always felt. Yes. However, the cameras do work, as in they do pick up the image. It goes to the master TV, but there are no hard drive to record anything. Which is like, if you get a Nest camera, that goes to the internet and then it goes to your phone and you can save those videos.
Signed,
so
sight
if she
unseen.
really wanted to catch me in a lie, wouldn't you think she would open those cameras and put them somewhere? Like, that blew me away right there. And so when she found the text, she said, Billie, I need to talk to you about something. This was in the kitchen. She's like, I think Kyle's fake. And I think he's in love with Tom. And I said, well, funny you should say that because T told me the exact same thing.
Oh,
she thought Kyle was fake and that he was in love with Tom. she's like, oh my God. She's like, have they ever messed around? And I said, no. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, one time when they first met, they got fucked up on drugs like we normally do. Maybe it was at a festival. I don't know. And he hit on Tom. That's all I said. He got fucked up on drugs and he hit on Tom. And this
Everyone flirts when they're on drugs.
I mean, that sounds credible. That sounds like it probably happened. And Vicky was like, I was signed sight unseen in the model world. Sorry, I don't wear glasses. That's disgusting. I was signed sight unseen. And do you think Kyle is coming after my man? Do you think he's coming after my man? Do you think he is? Okay. Okay. What did you say? One time at a festival, you got messed up and he hit it? Okay. Well, that means that he drugged him and he takes advantage of him. God, I'm put that in my head with the red light and the sight unseen. I'm going to go forward. So this actually makes sense. I believe this. I believe this. This is the most believable thing that has happened in this whole mess. So I do believe Billie Lee here, that she probably was like, oh yeah, I'm sure he does want to hook up. And one time he did try at a festival because they're all doing drugs. And then Sammy, the great stoner Sammy's going to tell us everybody hits on everybody when you're on drugs. So everybody's just doing drugs. I don't know if it's just that I'm like a lame sober lady now, or I don't live in the right area, but literally I lived in West Hollywood for so long. I was only offered Coke once, which rude. You know what I mean? Like very rude. I feel like it was being done a lot more, but I didn't know this many people in their 40s and 50s do mushrooms. No shade. Okay. But I just didn't know that that's like what we're doing. I didn't know that everyone's just ecstasying out. I didn't know that I didn't know these things. So it's nice to see that there's no age discrimination with the drugs, that everyone's just on drugs.
Drugs at a festival that cancels out.
Tom.
And going to festivals.
All I said. He got fucked up on drugs and he hit on Tom. And
everyone flirts when they're on drugs at a festival that cancels out.
Exactly.
Literally.
Like, and Tom's clearly not offended by it because he hangs out with him. He's best friends with him.
I have the narc face. That's what it comes down to. Literally. It's my narc face. So they're all just like, everybody's on drugs. Everyone flirts with everyone's on drugs.
He loves it.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Tom loves when people hit on him.
It's also funny to hear someone be like, made these allegations.
Yeah, right.
They're fake. That's what they're saying about you.
They're like, duh. When you go to and most people, I would say, are like, that's not actually that common. I mean, I know there's festivals. I live near like Coachella and Stagecoach and all that stuff. But for the most part, I don't think all of America is just dying to go to festivals every weekend. I think there's probably a couple. I mean, how many concerts does the average person see in a year? I would like to see more. I'd like to be more of a concert person, not mushrooms. Okay. Because I already see enough weird shit. I don't need to see any more. But, they act like, oh yeah, this is when you're at a festival, you're just like rolling and you're just like feeling your own boobs and you feel someone else's boobs and then you just do it because you're at a festival and you're on the drugs.
You're in love with him and you're the fake one. It's like it's flipping. It's the exact
same. Everyone
when
gets
I watched
mushrooms.
this, I was like, they literally took everything and flipped it, which
literally.
is crazy.
9.
But also, I've heard that come out of Tom's mouth as well. Like, literally, I would not lie about this. Tom, after they came back from Vegas, Kyle and him went to Vegas. I'm not sure if this was for BravoCon or what, but he was like, yeah, when he takes Ambien at night, he doesn't remember, and he gets a little zesty.
How much is this dude doing? And he's doing Ambien? Like, sir, it seems a lot of substances, Tom, for someone who says I don't do drugs.
Flirty, which is fine. Like, yes, when you're on Ambien, you don't remember. If you don't hit the pillow quickly, you do not know what is going on.
No, people like drive their car and eat. Ambien scares the shit out of me. 10 milligram melatonin kind of scares me. Well, mostly because I'm just groggy the next day.
On Ambien in Vegas.
Yeah, it's just like you're fighting the drug. That's why.
Yeah.
So like I've heard him say that too. It wasn't like it creeped me out. It wasn't like that. It was just like, yeah, I think it's funny. Like,
yeah, and like Kyle has like a million pretty boys that look somewhat straight or act straight around him. Like that's very obvious to me.
Thank you,
we literally just
Kristen.
hang out
Me
with him
too.
one time and we get that. But yes, he told you this.
Right. So Tom is the bad friend. He's saying these things behind Kyle's back. Kyle has no clue.
Oh,
Kyle just has
Okay, sorry, my attention. Okay, Kyle on Ambien. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, so that's it. Okay, I get it now.
no clue that Tom is shady.
Yeah.
Like Kyle's being a great friend right now, backing him up with his girlfriend, who obviously could not have done the live alone because she can't speak.
Yeah.
But
Oh, T is roasting Vicky. T, be careful. You are very little. And Vicky was signed sight unseen, and she is very tall. Be careful, girl.
So Kyle
If she can stand up long enough, you're in trouble.
was being there, and I
Allegedly.
just feel bad for Kyle because he's being such a good friend to Tom. Does not know Tom is saying these things to his friends behind his
Yeah.
back.
And
Right?
You were best friends with Tom too until he started saying shit behind your back to Victoria. It's like
yes.
That's
you
just
don't-
what
you
he
don't know.
does. Maybe
Yeah,
is that
even if you know that he does bad things in the public eye, the way that
Tom loves this. He wants people to fight for him against each other. He loves causing this drama. He loves being the center of attention. He's gross.
he treats these people in their personal relationships like you have a reason to trust him and be there for him, or else
Right.
you wouldn't be like by his side. like
Yeah.
that.
And I think he definitely did some things where he pinned us against each other, Victoria and I,
Duh.
because I literally would hear him screaming on the phone and be like, "You're isolating me from my friends. Like, Billie, everyone's telling me you're isolating me." And then they said that I was isolating him. I'm like,
That's her putting that in
"What?"
his ear and he's repeating it though, because that doesn't
Literally.
even seem like language he would use, dude. You know, that's like
Isolation usually comes from a toxic partner. There's
Mhm.
not really friends. Like majority of the time, it's from a partner. You
Yeah.
know, who wants all of his attention. From a friend, you've had him. When this whole situation came down, it was only you and him and
Right.
Kyle. Like
And when you
what?
came in the picture, what was my feelings?
You were so supportive. You were literally like, yeah, just know he's probably gonna get his dick wet somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you know, he's a great person.
What? Do they have like different definitions of what great people are? Because I wouldn't set a woman I liked up, like someone who was my girlfriend, a friend of mine, up with a guy and be like, yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get his D wet somewhere else, but like he's like a great person. What? Where? Huh? There's nothing great about how is he? What is great about him? They're like, but he's a great person. Then T was like, okay, I'll do it. Why?
Yeah.
And I saw that. I was like, yes, he's generous. He has a nice heart. Not the brightest person. I've said this before.
Yeah.
We all know this. But you know, you were very supportive. It was never, I was always like, Billie, come over because
T. The D couldn't be that good that you could withstand that amount of likes using like as a comma. Come on now, girl. So then she would tell Billie Lee, can you come over?
he has a nice heart. Not the brightest person. I've said this before.
Yeah.
We all know this. But you know, you were very
Oh my
supportive. It was
God.
never, I was always like, Billie, come over because we just woke up. Like
Yes.
it was never like, I would always be like, come over, please.
Thank you. So didn't I was so
She's like, when I'm conscious and awake, I don't really want to be with him. So can you come over? I need a buffer. And she said he's not the brightest. Damn, Tom, you are getting roasted by chicks you hooked up with. Ugh, it's pretty good.
so relieved when Tom would have a girlfriend or like even
Mhm.
T, I was like, I'm not on duty.
Yeah.
Because Tom
Yeah,
is
we would always say that. We'd always be like, I'm like, you're on duty tonight, Billie, because
taking
I need to
shifts.
we
sleep
took shifts. We took
earlier than
shifts.
5 a.m. and 7 a.m. in the morning. I
Yeah.
need to sleep. Billie, it's you.
Tom is a very codependent person. He's a very
Yes.
needy person.
Yes.
He would literally like ask me to come over all the time. It was him texting me, being like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, I would be like, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna stop by. Most of the time, he was sleeping. I would stop by during the day and like
Yeah.
do laundry or whatever, like
Mhm.
pick up the house or something. Like,
Why is anyone hanging out with this dude? He doesn't sleep. He doesn't let you sleep. He doesn't do anything for himself. You got to come over and clean. I mean, this sounds like a horrendous friendship. This is horrible.
I was very housewife in a way, but like
yeah.
strictly no, I was not fucking him. So
But
I
no
just want to
one's
put that out
taking
there.
care of the house and there's an animal there. It's like, of
Yeah.
course, it's a big, nice house. And like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, also I sublet my girlfriend Christine's apartment that was just down the street
Right.
the entire time because I knew that he was having me there every day. I didn't want to drive a lot. A lot of times I would just end up staying over there. So I made sure that I had all my stuff somewhere close by.
Mhm.
But I was so relieved when he did have a friend or a girlfriend because I wasn't with him 24/7
Mhm.
and I have my own life. I
Yeah.
have guys that I'm hanging out with, like things that I'm doing on my
Yeah.
own. And then let's get into, and even like I will say this, like when Victoria was like, "Oh, your friend Billie is here a lot." And he's like, "Yeah, I love having her around." And it's
you
like,
took care of things for him and you supported
Yeah.
him when
Yeah, because he was using you. Like, Billie, don't ever do this again. Don't give a problematic dude like this that much. Like, this is insane. He's just straight up using you. Come on. Well, he loved having me around. He said it. Well, yeah, because you're literally wiping his ass.
when no one else did. Like, of course.
literally no one else.
No one else
like,
in the world supported him. He was the number one. What's the New York Times article? What's it called?
Number
He
one
was like
hated.
the number one most hated man in America.
yeah.
And Billie Lee was by his side during that. You had
Yeah.
no reason to be unless you were an actually good friend.
Oh, I
Like,
went
stick
through.
around if you want to fuck. Like, you know, no, you're being
Yeah.
a fucking
Right.
good person and a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't
and
have to be.
And there was times where he like would speak upon his family and be like, "Hey, I need you to do this for me and you do that." And I showed up in a way like
Yeah.
I was literally his family
True. So the fact that this is happening, honestly, shows a lot about his character.
I don't expect my family to come over and clean my whole house, pick up dog pee and cat pee. What? What these people are? I don't know what in the LA sauce in the LA River is happening, but this is not good normal. It's a lot of codependency, which she said he's very codependent. But woo.
His character, even though he might be a nice person, I don't believe that anymore, because this is honestly crazy that he would do this to Billie. Like, I've seen it. Everyone sees how much Billie did, and now I take back everything that I've said about, oh, he has a kind heart, he's a nice person.
Thank you, T.
Nice people don't do this.
Thank you.
They remember who helped them when they were down.
Yes, thank you.
Nice people don't do this. Like, I'm
beyond down,
I'm over
like,
the
negative below rock bottom.
Ridiculous.
Okay, but guess what, ladies? You could have already seen this in the behavior and how he treated Ariana during Sandoval and what he was saying and how he was acting. You could clearly see he wasn't a nice person. Why does it take it happening to you for you to finally understand? Same with Rachel Raquel. She's like, oh yeah, it's not good. It's like, well, duh. You thought a dude that would do that to his life partner in her home while she was grieving dead, fur babies and her grandma, that is a good person? Someone who would then try to villainize the woman he's cheating on? I mean, this is insane that they're like, yeah, and then I realized, I mean, come on, T, please, come on. And Billie, you're too old to fall for this shit. T, you're still young. I'm glad you could learn this lesson early, but watch the way these dudes treat other women. They're going to treat you the same way. This is how it's going to be. There's nothing special about any of us. A toxic dude's a toxic dude. We can't be special enough to change them, okay? We're already special enough. They're just assholes. So don't give them all these chances. Don't do this shit for them.
Thank you for saying that, because I swear to you, my heart's broken right now.
Friend breakups are so difficult, especially you guys were.
Why would your heart be broken?
It's also crazy, like, you made it through. It's crazy the falling out is happening now, because, like, you made it through the hardest time. Like, you were there in the hardest time of his entire life. Like, America hated him. All of America hated him.
We still do. Thank you.
Pop culture, and Billie.
We still don't like him.
That, knowing the repercussions of what it came with, was still his friend and by his side. So it's crazy that when she was the support system in that period of time, that now this happened. It's like, do you not remember the last 6 months, you fucking idiot, of what she just did for you?
I hope he rethinks all the things truly after hearing this and seeing the podcast. I hope he
won't, because he'll always have people that will enable him, like you guys. He'll always have people that will still have sex with him, will still do his laundry, will still kiss his ass, will still feel bad for him, and he never has to do anything. He never has to become a better person. He can just keep this pissing his toxicity everywhere. And yes, Casey says, producer Tilly had to step in and say, this old man has issues. She said, I have never known a 72-year-old man to behave this way. Normally by the time you're 72, you got your shit together. Okay? Damn.
Rethinks it and is like, shit, I fucked up, because this is not right. This is
You
not
won't
okay.
see it because we're all blocked.
Sammy.
I'm
Yeah, you're not.
Until after this.
Sammy can't stop talking about
the entire thing.
Yeah.
Like, what did I do, dude?
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest things too for me is like,
What I
I try
did,
not to
man.
have regret, but like losing Ariana and losing friends, like
Your family.
yeah, that really hurts.
It's okay.
I think it's too late, Billie. A little too late. Now I feel like this is like a sad song, like she's trying to get Ariana back. Like, it's just, she was my family. I mean, you were caping for him pretty hard, lady.
It's okay. You
All
have
the time.
visors.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. I love the LA, what's it called? The like lingo. Like, I appreciate that. I love that. I love that little accent.
I want to move into the intervention,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where I have my first receipt.
Yes.
Oh, someone who has
that's our new
receipts?
segment.
Someone who
have
has a
proof?
receipt. Yeah.
This is like a new segment.
Whoa.
Receipts.
Receipts.
Yes, receipts.
Welcome to receipts.
It really blew my mind.
Clearly they're not Bravo fans, because they would have to do receipts, proof. Like, you need the Heather Gay.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
Yes, the vocal fries. Like, thank you so much. Yeah, I was like a really good friend to him, and he like completely just like didn't appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Mind how they like had this whole lead up to a receipt. That
Should we tell them? Okay, yeah, we weren't gonna say this, but and the cameras weren't on. No,
Yeah, like-
there's no proof. No, should we tell them? No, there's no proof.
Okay, T just summed up the entire hour and a half
Yeah.
live, which literally that sentence. Wait, I wrote this down and I sent it to Billie. What was it? Oh, okay. Kyle Chan and Victoria were like, we were gonna keep quiet. We didn't want to say anything. Bitch, you're the
Why did Sammy just go Kyle Chan? I kind of love that. Kyle Chan.
one that made the first comment online that made Billie speak up in the first place.
Mhm.
Billie, as someone who is there for her every day,
Right.
she was fucking quiet for the last 6 to 8 weeks about it because she was like, I don't even want to give the satisfaction of talking about it, and I don't want to hurt anyone who's already struggling, obviously, like they're
Right.
unwell mentally. And literally they're like, we were gonna keep quiet. You're the one that made the first comment online that brought it to light. So like,
Right.
shut up about keeping quiet, and like, you're the one that made the fake receipt in the first place.
Yep. These are
You
months
know?
and months of stories.
Now, Sammy is a good friend to Billie because she's got Billie's back. See, Billie, that's a good friend. Tom Sandy Butt, not a good friend.
He's like, I heard these live time. This isn't like Billie woke up one day and was like, I've got 30 stories to tell. Like, no, this is
it's an
like months
accumulation.
long. Yes, this
Yeah,
is months
yeah.
of it. I
I
think
feel like
that's
you
so
need
funny.
I do need this. I'm
Yeah,
so
you need it.
emotional, guys.
Billie's like going like this. I'm like, you actually need this. The one time the stress story's been useful
Yeah,
on the entire
yeah.
podcast.
Good, because
Do you guys think Billie is emotional for actually losing Tom Sandoval, or is she emotional that she is now rethinking losing her friendship with Ariana? Or is this all an act? Put it in the chat.
we have receipts. So let's
Yeah,
go.
we
Wait,
have-
can you throw me one, T?
Yeah.
Stress story.
Yes, I'm a bad thrower.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
actually a good
A
throw.
plus.
Football stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have an ugly cry after this because I have it's like boiling right here.
Well,
Like,
Kyle
so
called you
much
pretty about
emotions.
4,000 times after he said you were like evil. So don't worry, you look pretty. You won't cry. He's like, she's evil, but she's fucking gorgeous. I'm like, okay, that's a brand.
Wow.
That's a brand.
I didn't catch the end of the live because I had to film and like to put those feelings aside to film
Wait,
my character.
yeah.
I'm so proud of myself.
Wait. Was she on set? Was she filming? Was she doing a movie? I wonder if she realizes that she mentions it this much. Do I ever mention something that much? Now I'm like rethinking everything I've ever said. I was literally on set and I literally had to do a character. I was literally in a movie and I was on set. Was she on set? Billie.
Like, okay, that's a brand.
Wow.
That's a brand.
I didn't catch the end of the live because I had to film and like
Mm.
to put those feelings aside to film my
Oh,
character.
yeah.
I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so intervention. Whenever
Good
and I
for you,
there's just certain
girl.
people I do not want to bring into this because I love them and like they're like the most kind people in the world. And they have nothing to do with Victoria's craziness or Kyle and Tom. But Jason works for Tom with his band. I introduced them because they both love music. They both wanted to start a band. Like Jason is one of
It's
the
your fault, Billie. You've ruined everything. She introduced Satan to Satan and said, here you go, laptop boner Jason. And they love music. Billie, I love music too. That doesn't mean I should have a band. My God.
most kind, sweetest souls. He's married to Kimmy, who's one of my close friends.
Oh,
They
God.
just started a family. Kimmy's on her second
Hi, Timmy.
baby. And Jason works really hard. Like a lot of people around Tom work really hard for him. And sometimes I don't think he like I will tell him I'm like, hey, you need to have gratitude because people are kicking their ass around you, and like when Tom didn't have money, a lot of people were hitting up Jason and hitting up, and then Jason and I talked about this. Like people were like, yo, the band owes me this, Tom owes me this, Tom owes me that. Like
Whoa. Tom Sandoval told us that band, that karaoke group he has, makes so much money. And he could buy Ariana out on the house. He could buy the house for $600,000. And now we're all learning, oh, he was broke. Like we knew he was broke.
like money was
Oh my
burning.
God.
It was
He's
a
of course
scary
he's not
time financially
grateful.
for Tom because all of these
Oh no, why? And again, who cares? Let him lose his money. Like, I don't understand why some selfish asshole who doesn't know how to budget his money and is taking advantage of you. Why do you care if he runs out of money if you're not getting any of the money? I'd be like, okay, good for you, bro. Who cares? But like she's explaining, it seemed like maybe he owed people some money. Yeah, we know he's not grateful. Like Rosanna's saying, he's entitled and he's a dick. He's a dickhead.
he didn't have so many endorsements. They just all stopped because of the scandal. And so eventually his account ran dry. And so we were really worried, and he finally started getting a couple meetings, but he wasn't showing up to those meetings. And for someone like Jason, who works so hard to get him meetings and to really like help him make money, which also pays the bills and pays people that work for him around him. So
This
that was
guy.
one concern. And I do also have a screenshot of me. I'm at my own meeting at Soho House in West Hollywood, and I'm literally texting Victoria and him like, hey, you have a meeting.
It's so, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just I lived in LA too long. It's so LA to be like, I was at my own meeting in Soho House. And yeah, in West Hollywood. I was at Soho House. And if you know, it's so stupid. It's, I mean, I was at my own meeting at Soho House. Billie. I was at Soho House. Did you guys know I was filming a movie and I was at Soho House?
At my own meeting at Soho House in West Hollywood, and I'm literally texting Victoria and him like, "Hey, you have a meeting in 10 minutes. Like, someone needs to wake him up. We can't get a hold of him."
He's 50. He's 50 years old. I'm 50. I'm 50 years old. Like, he's 50. If he can't wake up with an alarm by himself now, there is no hope with dope. There is no hope for this man. Why are you, if you're at your own meeting, why are you worried about his meeting? If he's not paying your bills, let him sleep.
This was on your birthday.
This is on my birthday.
I was at breakfast with you.
Yeah.
But she said she was at a meeting at the Soho House. Were you guys eating together at the Soho House? Were you the meeting? Or was this before the meeting, prior to the meeting at the Soho House in West Hollywood, which is very exclusive, but I was at the Soho House. I'm a member. I was asked to be at the Soho House in West Hollywood. I was there. I was in a meeting of my own for my own thing. But T's like, no, I was with you. We had breakfast at Mel's Diner. I thought, oh yeah, I thought I was at Soho House. Maybe that was a dream.
God, it was you. Yes.
Girl, I was there and you were calling to wake him up. I was just sitting there and I was like,
on her birthday
on
too.
her birthday brunch. They're like bringing us like free
birthday.
pancakes, and she's like, yeah, hold on.
Yeah. But like I would be in the middle of my
girl. Billie, T just outed her. T does say in the, she goes, I won't lie for anyone. And she wasn't even gonna lie for Billie here. She was like, no, bitch, we were at birthday brunch. You were not at Soho House at a super fancy West Hollywood meeting at the exclusive Soho House. You were getting effed up with me. Okay. Well, no, actually, T says she doesn't drink, but you were drinking mimosas, eating waffles on your birthday.
Of my own work stuff too. And it would literally be like,
you have a life.
Everybody would be like, we can't find the key to the house. Billie, come here. We can't, like, everything went through me for some fucking reason. So I was constantly bombarded. And that's why, like, I worked really hard hiring him.
No, the IHOP on Santa Monica is probably, is it on Santa Monica? There's probably one on Sunset too. Oh, there is one on Sunset. It's by the In-N-Out Burger. Oh, that's not a good one.
Assistant and trained the assistant for 2 weeks because it relieved, just like when you have when he has an assistant, I have a break.
They take the shift.
Yes.
Right.
So, and by the way, I'm like the one that, you know, it's not on the payroll, just letting you know.
Right.
So this intervention, we're going to go with that. Then Josh, and I don't want to bring him into this either because Josh is like one of the sweetest souls in the world. Like he's just such an amazing person. It's Tom's cousin and he is off and on his assistant sometimes. I never like to mix family being your assistant.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. And also I don't like how Tom doesn't appreciate Josh. And I noticed that like you're easily to like dismiss him or just like not be the best boss because it's
oh goodness gracious.
Like that. But Josh would be like, Billie, I constantly have to cancel meetings for him. It's all the time. And
wait,
so I said, okay,
wait, so it's almost like Ariana isn't the problem. It's almost like it's me. Hi, Tom's the problem. It's me. It's almost like it's Tom's the problem because cousin Josh is telling Billie he has to cancel meetings all the time. And Billie's saying he's broke. Oh,
we're gonna have to be a bit dramatic because that's how Tom
so
is
involved.
From reality TV. How many years has he done?
Right.
We got to get together and like really sit down with him, and because it's been bad. So,
oh my goodness,
this is my first receipt.
Oh,
Josh
first receipt. Josh
started a group chat.
Ooh, okay.
With Jason, Kyle, Josh, and I.
Jason, Kyle, Josh,
so you will see that it wasn't just me going around telling everyone and
Right.
creating this whole thing. Josh literally sent out the first text, and let me read what the first text is really fast.
Really
so
fast.
This is a group chat that he started. It says, hey guys, it's Josh. We've all been discussing how best to help Tom get on the right path. So what is everyone's availability tomorrow around lunchtime so all 4 of us can meet with Tom to discuss?
So she has them saved. Kyle Chan, EK Sandoval. So that must be Josh. And Jason Kimmy's husband with a set of drums. And they're planning the great escape. They're planning the intervention.
Discuss this situation.
Thank you, Caitlin, for becoming a member of the channel. Welcome, welcome, Caitlin.
So we'll obviously post these screenshots. It just is like going back and forth.
So, okay, awesome. Locked and loaded for noon tomorrow. Toast Bakery is great. Kyle, you cool with me telling Tom it's a business lunch with you? Billie Lee is saying, and Kyle Chan or Chain says, sure. Also, for privacy, we can also meet at your shop and talk upstairs. Just an idea. And Kyle Chan says, yes, he's a man of very few words. Toast can work, but we should get the round table close to the door. Okay, perfect. They want to get him by the door, get him to the Greek, get him in that table. And Kyle then says, you can order to go also and eat at my place. Ooh, fancy, eat at the jewelry shop. And then EK Sandoval, aka Josh, says, okay, awesome. Let's meet at Kyle's shop then at noon. And they're going to eat takeout toast.
Forth with Kyle and us.
Very
the thing
dangerous.
is with Kyle
That's
is like,
also very dangerous.
Kyle is one of Tom's best friends, but Kyle's never at the house. Like maybe once a month. I was at that house every single day. Like Kyle's the friend you go out in West Hollywood with and have drinks with, or go to Vegas with, or go do drugs.
Okay. Oh, Kyle said he didn't do drugs, Billie. Please stop spreading rumors about Kyle Chan. Okay. So then she's just showing these screenshots. So I'm going to read them because I hate when they do this. Don't put something up on your screen and not read it. I hate when people do that. Just like, what are the people that are just listening on the podcast, the audio version, going to do? Read your freaking stuff you share. Okay. That's just Auntie Jolene advice. All right. EK says, Tom just woke up. So he's watching him. So this must be like 7 p.m. Okay. Tom just woke up. Everyone's on their way. And then Billie Lee says, he says he's not feeling good every day. Is V there? And then Josh EK Sandoval says, I know that he's not feeling he best. Yeah. Tell him no. He needs to be there. And then Kyle Chan says, well, we know it won't work if he doesn't want to come. And then EK Sandoval Josh says, 1 sec. I'm going to check in with him. And then Billie says, Josh, tell him you will drive him.
Like maybe once a month. I was at that house every single day.
All right. I will drive him. And then they just skip. All right. They just skip up. And at the top, Billie's saying, this is one reason we have to do this. We must help Tom. He cancels all the time. And then Josh Sandoval, his cousin, says, no, he doesn't have to. Bravo would like him to. What? Bravo? Huh? Billie's saying we have to do this. We have to do this intervention. He cancels all the time. And EK says, no, he doesn't have to. Bravo would like him to. So Bravo TV wants him to? That's also in the area at 5 p.m. He's in his bedroom. And then Josh says, he just came out. I told him that he needs to go. Victoria is trying to convince him to go. He's worried about everything he needs to get done and the errands he has to run. I'm trying to get him there. And then Billie says, okay. He has you to help with that. And Josh Sandoval says, I told him I would drive him. I know. I mean, short of dragging him out of the house, I don't know what to do. Gosh, Sandoval, you sound like a problem. Oh
like Kyle's the friend you go out in West Hollywood with and have drinks with, or go to Vegas.
And then Josh says, Kyle, is there any way you can text him again? Kyle says, okay. And then Josh says, I told him it was about the whiskey you are partnering with on your birthday. And Kyle says, okay, just texted him. He hasn't replied. And then Josh Sandoval says, okay, cool. Thanks, man. And then Kyle says, I told him he can be late, but is important. And I told him he doesn't need to get ready. Won't take long. Josh says, okay, cool. And then Kyle's about to say at the bottom, and he should go to the premiere of what, Kyle?
Vegas with, or go do drugs with. Like Kyle's that kind of friend. And he's one of Tom's best friends, but I'm the best friend that sees.
We'll never know what he went to what he should go to the premiere of. Oh my God.
He's like, when Tom first wakes up, when Tom's going to bed, what's really going on at this house?
Right.
Like
There's
It's the after hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
The after hours.
And so I wanted to include Kyle in this.
It's just a little creepy. I'm the one he sees when he wakes up. I'm the first person he sees, the last person he sees. I check his blood. I know his blood type. Okay. I have his skin. I have a skin suit of him. It's a little strange, Billie.
In this, even though he wasn't around to witness as much as that was going on with Tom in the house and canceling
thank you,
meetings and stuff like
Rosanna.
that.
Thank you, Rosanna.
But I knew he was important to Tom, and I knew that whatever we could do to help Tom. So I did call him and I said, hey, what's your experience with Tom lately? And he's like, honestly, I don't talk to Tom that much since he started dating Victoria. He doesn't answer me around.
Hours.
Who's she talking about? Okay.
Yeah. After hours.
And so I just
Jane.
I wanted to include Kyle in this, even though he wasn't around to witness as much as that was going on with Tom in the house and canceling meetings and stuff like that. but I knew he was important to Tom, and I knew that whatever we could do to help Tom. So I did call him.
Sammy is she's doing her hair. She's looking in her phone. She's like, do I like this part or do I like this part? I think I like this part. Sammy is like, this is boring. These old people are talking again.
Him, and I said, hey, what's your experience with Tom lately? And he's like, honestly, I don't talk to Tom that much since he started dating Victoria. He doesn't answer my calls. And I said, well, this is what's been going on. So that's how I included him. He knew from the start. There was no me scheming something in him. Like he knew, he was worried. He literally, you will see on these screenshots, he was all about being part of this. And then didn't he call you?
Yeah, so this was like, intervention was supposed to be the 19th or something like that, right? He called me on the 25th and he told me, Tom is in a very dark place. We still miss you being around. You know, he's like, his relationship is a wreck. He's in a very bad place. We're worried about him. But I just want to reach out and tell you that, like, we still love you. We still care about you. You can still.
I hope they realize, like, whatever Victoria's issues is, she clearly has issues. Tom is still the toxic person in this relationship. He's still the most toxic. He's the common denominator in all of his drama. He's the reason for the season. It's not Vicky pulled up and ruined his life. He's always been doing drugs. He's always been drinking too much. He's always been irresponsible. He's always been a manipulator. He's always been a liar. He's always been a cheat. These are things that he does. He's always taking advantage of people. Vicky rolling up in her sight unseen contract isn't the reason. So again, they're just like blaming another woman. It's this toxic relationship. If anything, this is the relationship Tom Sandoval deserves. I mean, but the fact that they're like, yeah, it's Vicky. This is not, Vicky should not have to take the blame for this.
Can still come to events that we plan.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like,
he did really
that's
like
so
you.
sweet.
You guys connected like
Yeah,
quickly.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was very sweet.
Oh my God.
But the fact that he called me, and I immediately called my mom. I was like, Kyle just called.
Silly Goose says, could you imagine this crew doing a bank heist? It would be just pure comedy. I mean, just a mess. Slapstick.
Called me that he's worried about Tom. Like, my mom was like, no shit. Like,
yeah. And you'll see.
Oh my God. I feel so sad that my mom even knows who Tom Sandoval is. T, don't bring your mom into this.
On the screenshot, it was Kyle's birthday. That's like when we try to do it. And I was like, this is brilliant because Tom will show up. Tom's really big for birthdays. I'm like, Tom will show up for Kyle.
That's how we capture him, a children's birthday cake.
No,
Party hats.
That's one thing about Tom that I will say positive. He's like big on birthdays and he like loves buying gifts for people on birthdays. But I was like, this is a good way for him to show up because it was hard for us to get him out of the house and get him away from Victoria so we could have this conversation with them.
Right.
And he didn't show up.
You guys, Victoria is holding Tom hostage.
He literally was like, I'm sick. And that's when
So here's another screenshot. I haven't talked to him. Josh, and then Jason, laptop owner Jason, aka Jason, Kimmy's husband with the drum, says, I'm on my way too. And Kyle Chan says, Tom, hey, I'm not, this is what Tom texts Kyle. Hey, I'm not feeling good and need to sleep in. Can we do this meeting another time? Oh my God, Tom, you are so lazy. This is the same man that called Ariana lazy. You can't even go to a hangout with your friends. Technically, it's an intervention. You don't know that, but they want to have a meeting with you. You're broke. You want to buy this house. What are you doing to help your financial situation? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Nothing. Nothing, nothing. And then they're just like, oh, okay. And then Josh says, yes. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, God. This dude is exhausting. I would drop him. There's not amount of money he could pay me to work for him as his, assistant or whatever Josh is doing, or be his friend. This is crazy. He's 97 years old, you guys.
But he was always sick.
Always
Everything,
horrible.
Tom, everything was, I'm sick, blah, blah, blah.
A lot, Linda.
Every single day he was sick.
He's
and the
sick.
crazy thing is, before he started hanging out with Victoria and drinking, he was so healthy. Remember, like,
Oh, yeah.
because
He
you don't
wasn't
drink either.
No.
Ladies, stop. Please stop. Please stop. Anyone can fake it for a minute. All right. He was not so healthy. He was still an asshole. He still wasn't working on his mental. Give me a break. Oh my God. Here we go. It's Vicky's fault.
He's allergic to Victoria.
No, yes, he's allergic. No, he.
You guys, you sound really stupid. You sound really dumb blaming her. It's literally like Billie Lee says, literally not her fault. He is, thank you, Noto37. He's an entitled slob. He's a man baby. He's an elderly man baby. And that's an insult to babies. Like, he's a bit allergic to Victoria. It's Victoria. No, it's him. It's him. It's definitely him.
No, he was
Lifting
never
Victoria,
sick.
thinking
He would work out for 2 to 3. Call me on FaceTime on the treadmill for like hours. I'm like, when are you getting off the treadmill? Because this is excessive.
Mhm.
We'd go out. Yeah, he was my sober buddy.
It's almost like he replaced one addiction with another, which is actually very common for people with addictions as a alcoholic myself. So, yeah. She's like, "Oh my god, he was so healthy. He was like on the treadmill for a ridiculous like 24 hours straight. So healthy. That's not healthy." Balance. Balance is key. I mean, not saying I've succeeded with that, with everything in life, but don't paint him. I'm not out here painting myself as the healthiest person that ever healthied, but like he was so healthy. But I mean, he was on the treadmill for a month straight one time. He didn't leave because he's replacing one addiction with another. It's just like so classic. And I understand maybe T has never experienced someone like this before, but I feel like Billie, a woman in her late 30s or early mid 30s, whatever. Come on. We know what he's doing.
We would never drink. We would stay up and chill and eat pizza and
I wonder how he would stay up.
Yeah.
never sick.
He was so
healthy.
happy and like
Yeah.
just like because I remember Tom before the affair, like
He's
he always had
excessive, you
anxiety, he
say?
always
Mhm.
had like depression because he drank a lot. And I'm not saying he's an alcoholic, but like he would like, he likes his beer, he likes taking shots at night, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's an alcoholic.
Mm.
I will say when he did start drinking again with Victoria, it got dark. Like I mean, it was like anxiety, depression, and then he was physically sick all the time.
Right. Yeah, we would go out to like we go to Magic Castle. We go to karaoke like religiously on Sunday and
Mhm.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It was karaoke night. Like
We
we
did karaoke 3 times a week with Tom Sandoval.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
our
Ridiculous
thing.
thing that's been said on this entire podcast.
No, that was our thing. And we'd go home, I'd play the
But like T can actually sing. I've heard audio of her singing. How can you sit next to that man singing karaoke and not be like, you can't sing? That's not a thing you can do. You should stop. Like skilled singers are sitting next to him going, yeah, it was really fun. Maybe she's one of those people who prefers to be surrounded by people who aren't as talented as her when they're doing that. Maybe. I don't know.
play the piano, we'd sing even more. Like and to
Yeah.
sing, you have to be healthy. You have to
Yeah.
have like, your body has to be
I mean, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse. Granted, as they were deteriorating, they couldn't sing, but not everybody has to. You can. And is he really singing, or is he just yelling into a microphone? I wouldn't really call what he's doing singing. It's not like an Adele level,
Yeah.
together.
Also, he
No.
loves music. Like singing is probably something that made him happy.
Exactly.
I was so proud of him. I will say that was really worth it for me. Like a lot of the heartache and like the craziness that I went through losing my friends and family and like also being in the public eye, I got a lot of transphobic hate during that time
Right.
just because people were like, how dare you like be Tom's friend? I will say seeing him like going from like being sober and really starting to enjoy life and being in a better place and
Yeah.
not being with Raquel or Rachel, like literally
Raquel.
just being in a
Again, blame Raquel. Tom can have he can't take responsibility for it. Thank you, Susie Q says, after hearing about his lifestyle, I feel even more sorry for Anne and what she had to put up with day to day, right? Being his assistant. That must have just been a nightmare. A nightmare. And I feel so bad for the microphones that he's destroyed. Yes, he's a singer, like she's a model. Like it's just no. Mm-mm. And not good karaoke. No.
in a good place, like that did make me feel good. Like I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is working. Like
Yeah.
everything that we're doing to support him is working, even though it's no one's responsibility but his own. And I do wanted to say, like with the intervention, like if I really thought allegedly that Kyle drugged him and sexually assaulted him, I wouldn't include him in the intervention.
Right.
Like I wouldn't. I just it blows my mind.
That tracks. I feel like most people wouldn't include the SA person in the intervention. So yeah, that makes sense.
I still can't get over how they could make something up like that. Like that's what really hurt me with Kyle. Like, yeah, you can say the trans card, whatever you want to say, but like to make up some shit like that.
I've never heard that come out of your mouth too, and I would speak on it. Like,
Yes.
I would be the first one. I'm not here because I'm Billie's friend. I'm not here because I would never lie for Billie, Kyle, no offense,
Yeah.
Tom, anyone. And I've never heard that come out of your mouth.
No,
ever.
and, like,
And I'd be the first person you'd be
literally-
like, listen, I got the tea. I've never heard that
Weekly.
I believe T because she outed Billie about the IHOP thing. When she said she was at Soho House having a meeting, T was like, we were at IHOP, girl. It was your birthday. I was there. It wasn't a special fancy meeting.
Hike gossip. That would have been the
That's
first thing you
literally
would
what-
Right. She
yeah.
would have called me immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And I do think like whenever Victoria was like, yeah, so Tom and Kyle were on speaker. And I remember this. My
So
last text
stupid.
to her was like, because I remember when I walked in the house, I was like, it literally as if like I killed someone's
Literally.
dog. And
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
Like the vibe is so fucking weird. I
It
literally
was-
remember you saying that exact sentence.
and I was like slowly getting my stuff out of there because I'm like, there is some shit going on. But
Yeah.
of course, it was after
Mom.
Sammy's mom. Justice for Sammy's mom. It's your fault for not turning off the ringer, not mom's fault for calling.
it was after the failed intervention, and she found out
Mm.
about it. So she was
She's
like,
mad that
Uh-oh.
she
"Fuck
included
you!
it.
How dare you do an intervention
course.
without me?" Like that was
Literally.
that really drew the line for her, and like that's when she wouldn't even look me in the eye. She wouldn't talk to me. She's blaming that on the things that I supposedly said about Kyle.
Right.
It's not. It was her being upset about the not being included in the intervention. And when she was like, we caught you on speakerphone," I remember I was driving to this exact studio on a Monday. I was on the 10 freeway, and literally she calls me. She's like, "Hey, I'm just still really upset with what you said about Kyle assaulting Tom." And I was like, "Girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I said that they did drugs together and he hit on him. Like, you must have got that twisted."
Twisting the words. Yeah.
She was.
twisting
I
the words.
literally called her out. So I
literally called her out on the 10 freeway on my way to Soho House.
know if I was really the one that said something like that, wouldn't they record it? If you have two people next to you on a
Right.
speaker,
I mean, it's Kyle Chain, Tom Sandybutt, and sight unseen Vicky. We're not talking about, freaking Sherlock Holmes over here. There are no Nancy Drews in this bunch.
Like, watch, I'm gonna call Billie and we're gonna catch her.
why
the
would
first
you
thing
not?
you do is record.
Thank you.
Come
Like,
on. I
no,
even
that's
record
like-
fights with my grandma because
Bro,
I'm
you
like,
learned that in
listen,
middle.
T, why are you fighting with your grandma? And I'd never heard this my first listen. There's so many things I didn't catch. T's recording fights with grandma. What's going on with your grandma, T?
Middle school. That's literally middle school 101.
Yes.
You record it if you're trying to trap
if
someone.
you're trying to trap someone.
yes.
Yeah.
So then that means that Kyle, I guess, lied about it because if he heard that and he was actually on it,
I did.
for
I
someone who
literally.
doesn't lie, that's a pretty big lie.
Ooh, get him, T, get him. But stop fighting with your grandma so viciously.
I debunked her lie.
Okay,
And-
T, go. Oh.
Just saying.
And if we're going to talk about recording, Victoria, Tom secretly records Victoria
On a
and
Monday.
his fights because he's afraid because she gets manic. He told me one time, he's like, okay, this happened on my birthday, by the way. Tom goes to dinner with us.
Yes.
Remember for my birthday?
Crossroads, vegan
Crossroads.
bolognese.
This.
And I was like, where's Victoria? And he's like,
I remember she didn't come to dinner.
Yes.
Mhm.
I swear every time, and it was my birthday. It's like, girl, just like, why do you have to argue and fight on my birthday?
Yeah.
Because he was giving you attention, Billie. The day was about you and you were getting the attention. And It
Yes.
was away from her.
Yes. So I'm like, okay. He leaves and goes to meet her. Apparently, she was really fucked up. She was manic. He said that she was so evil to him and abusive. And I,
Okay, but are we believing Tom Sandoval? Like, really? He has a history now of lying about women. Now he's willing to lie about you, Billie, and we're still gonna take him as a reliable source. Of course, Vicky's manic. Oh, of course, the woman is manic and hysterical, and she's crazy. Tom is the one who's cuckoo bananas. Okay, Vicky, she's interesting. All right, she's got some demons and stuff, but I still, even though she's a liar and Kyle's a liar, I still would trust her over Tom Sandybutt. Maybe, possibly. Oh my God.
Guess what? I was very impressionable when she took all her clothes off and jumped in my pool.
Have some remorse, have some sensitivity.
Oh my God, what is it? It's not normal. It's not normal for, that's just not normal. And, or it would be Raquel, Rachel, whatever her name is this week, coming out with a podcast as well. So yeah, it was a lot.
I never noticed that she went, yeah, whatever her name is this week. Oh my God.
By the time 1980 rolled around a decade later, it was Coke, and it was Southern Comfort, and it was a different man every night.
Yeah, that's the Tom Sandoval way. It was Coke, it was Southern Comfort, and it was a different body every night. All right. But of course, Tom's going to be like, and she was manic and she was abusing me. Oh, and she didn't stock the batteries. Oh, the paper towels. Oh.
And this was him on the treadmill the next day telling me this. I said,
It's always on the
I said,
treadmill.
Tom,
You are
just
so
survived
welcome,
a
Selena.
scandal. Like, this ship is already sinking. Like, would you really want someone to take it down? Like, you should not be dating someone who is physically fighting with you. All it takes is a 911 call and her being manic and making up some shit. And it's over, babe. It's over.
Oh, Billie Lee. What are you saying? What are you saying? So you're just assuming that women are going to lie and make something up. Do you realize that is like the stereotype? That is like such a dangerous thing to keep spreading around. Like women, like it's so common for women to weaponize assault and sexual assault when they're mad. Like that's just where we turn to. We're like, oh, we're not getting our way. Ow! Like Billie, this is bad. Oh, I didn't pick up this one the first time around. This is really bad, Billie Lee. That you're just assuming she's gonna Gone Girl him. Oh no.
And this was him on the treadmill, like the next day telling me this.
It's always on the
I said, Tom, you just survived a scandal. Like this ship is already sinking. Like, would you really want someone to take it down? Like you should not be dating someone who is physically fighting with you. All it takes is a 911 call and her being manic and making up some shit. And it's over, babe. It's over.
Right.
Like,
it already was basically over.
Literally.
And it's over, babe. It's already over. All it takes is her making up some shit with a knife. I would believe it. I honestly would believe it. Tom Sandoval he has proven himself to be a monstrous, dangerous person. Multiple people on the cast have said so, even though Lala wants to rewrite history. So we're just assuming that anything that happened, let's just say something would happen with him and Vicky, she would be lying. I mean, and he survived a scandal. He created the scandal. Like he was the reason for the season. We've said it a million times. Did she say Tom said that? No, she said, Yvette, that she said that to him. Like he needs to be careful. We'll play it one more time to make sure. But to me, it sounded like she was like, babe, you need to start. If she's manic and she's like freaking out on you, you need to record this because she will twist and turn and put this shit on you, babe. Babe. Oh my God, Billie. Just when I want to be like, okay, Billie. Yeah, okay, maybe.
I was like, where's Victoria? And he's like,
I remember she didn't come to dinner.
Yes. I swear every time, and it was my birthday. It's like, girl, just like, why do you have to argue and fight on my birthday?
Yeah, because he was giving you.
Why does he have to argue and fight?
We're getting the attention he was away from her.
Yes. So I'm like, okay. He leaves and goes to meet her. Apparently, she was really fucked up. She was manic. He said that she was so evil to him and abusive. And this was him on the treadmill, like the next day telling me this. I said,
it's always on the treadmill.
Tom, you just survived a scandal. Like this ship is already sinking. Like, would you really want someone to take it down? Like you should not be dating someone who is physically fighting with you. All it takes is a 911 call and her being manic and making up some shit. And it's over, babe. It's over.
Right. Like, it already was basically over.
Literally.
This was the final string.
And so Billie's saying that Tom's telling him that they're like physically fighting. She's physically fighting him. And Billie's like, what? All it takes is 911 call and her like making shit up. I still think that is problematic for her to put out there. I think there's so much, like not to get too, far into this, but literally there's already so much that women have to go through where we're not believed and we're made to be like, we all just can't wait to use our victim card and go, oh yeah, our fake SA card or our fake assault card and put it out there when we're mad. When that is like the teeny tiny minority of the time, is it going to be someone making it up? It's just like, oh my God, can you just see that Tom is the problem? Tom should know to remove himself from a situation like this. Tom is most likely instigating a really something like this or totally lying about it because he's proven to be a liar.
And because like I can sense when someone's all about fame and like they're attaching themselves to someone like fame like her. I'm like, it would benefit her so much if she dialed 911 and was like, Tom.
Thank you, silly goose. There's so much they're not putting out about him. He's the one on his 4th hour on the treadmill, but she's manic. He's the one who can't get ready, can't wipe his own ass, can't pick up after his pets, can't take care of his pets, can't do anything, is allegedly doing drugs, sleeping all day, missing meetings, using people, manipulating people, cheating on people, lying to people, isolating people, but she's manic and he's just totally normal. And this woman has just come in and ruined him. I feel like Billie, at this point, she was pushed into a corner and she didn't want to talk about this, but now she is going to, and she's going to try to get the public on her side and to kind of favor her. But I feel like there's still so much internalized misogyny going on with Billie Lee at this point. Or there's so much blindness, especially when it comes to Tom. Maybe it's not even well, gotta be a hint of that. But I mean, girl, it's your friend. Your friend sucks. He sucks. Did Victoria make you pick up cat piss and dog piss and stuff? Did Vicky do that? No, she was just signed sight unseen. She was signed sight unseen. That's it. Oh, goodness. I'm just so tired of these people blaming women. I'm tired of other women jumping on the bandwagon to blame women. It's Tom.
Sandoval hit me. Like,
Right.
boom. She's
It could
immediately
start up
in
her
the public.
career again.
It would, yeah. And also, Tom said,
Oh my God, I totally missed all this. Did T just say it would start her career again? What in the fucked up world are these women for real? You really think that that's what you're going to say? It would start her career again. Yeah, she could easily make up a fake abuse story to restart her career. Is that what they're saying?
Was basically over.
Literally.
This was the final
Literally.
string.
and because like I can sense when someone's all about fame and like they're attaching themselves to someone like fame, like her. I'm like, it would benefit her so much if she dialed 911 and was like, Tom Sandoval hit me.
Ew. Oh. How would that benefit her? Does she get a prize? Is there a prize for calling 911 and saying that you've been abused by Tom Sandoval? Is there a prize for any woman who calls 911? Especially such a public thing for her to be scrutinized and questioned and be like, well, she's high. Well, she's just a model. Well, she's just a woman. Well, she's probably lying. Well, she's not as famous as him.
Like, boom, she's immediately in the public.
Again.
Billie Lee says, boom, she's immediately in the public. Okay, let's just, oh my God, you guys, this is gross.
Themselves to someone like fame, like her. I'm like, it would benefit her so much if she dialed 911 and was like, Tom Sandoval hit me. Like, boom, she's immediately in the public.
Again.
It would, yeah. And also, Tom.
It could start her career again. Yeah. How? Are there, is that when, I mean, seriously, is that when, I don't even know what a magazine is nowadays, but is that when all the big modeling agencies will be like, oh, we heard you on your 911 call about Tom Sandoval assaulting you. Come on down to the fancy modeling agency. We can't wait to take your picture now. What? Sammy, I expect Sammy to say something. She's like young. Sammy, check these chicks. Well, so's T. Oh, Sammy's too high. This is like, ew.
Well, Tom said this is like, I got to be careful because look at Ariana's career. Like, Tom Sandoval hit me. Like, boom, she's immediately in the public.
Again.
It would, yeah. And also, Tom said this is like, I got to be careful because look at Ariana's career. Like, any other girl can come in here and do the same thing. I'm like, you mean any other girl can come in here and be a victim? Ariana was a victim, which is why she deserves everything that she's getting. But this is what happened. And he was like, I got to start recording our fights to make sure if this goes down.
So Tom was like, I got to be careful because these hoes keep getting opportunities. Look at Ariana. And then Billie's like, but Ariana was a victim, so she deserves it. Ariana didn't get what she was getting and doesn't continue to get what she's getting because she's a victim. That's not why she gets things. That's not why she worked her whole life and studied dance and singing and acting. And she takes comedy very seriously. They weren't just like, we're going to hire her because she's a victim. Okay. She started getting opportunities because Sandoval and the ratings and everything. And this whole business is about follow the numbers, follow the money. But then you actually have to be talented and to get other jobs, because you can be trending and all these things and they can give you opportunities. But if you shit the bed and the opportunities and you suck, they're not going to keep giving you opportunities. So definitely the show and everything opened doors for her, but they weren't like, hello, we're letting all the victims in to host Love Island this year. I mean, good God. Oh my God. I must have just fallen asleep on the beach during this part or something. These ladies are grossing me out.
I can defend myself.
Because he knows middle school 101.
Yeah,
you record
middle school
fights.
101.
Right,
Okay, now we know Tom Sandoval passed 6th grade, dude. That's what we know. Good for him, man.
Go Tom. And the crazy thing too is that if you were such an isolator, why did Tom and I never fight? We fought one time because he went to go and pick another bitch up instead of drive me home at like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
Hi, hello. Could that be? Is that the good person? So T just tells us a story about, he like wouldn't drive me home at 1 a.m. A woman at his house who he was having sex with, having a relationship with, singing karaoke with, was his friend. He wouldn't drive me home because he was going to pick some other bitch up. So he's like, sorry. But he's such a good, loving person. Hi, do you see what he's doing? And yet it's the woman's fault. It's probably that bitch's fault. She needed a ride. They won't even blame him. Allie, thank you for the super chat. Allie said Tom's obsession with recording is suspicious. It is, Allie. Because if you think about the revenge P, and now, I better. And Tom has this way where he starts setting up women far before anything's going to happen, because he's just painting them as a villain. So he's already started. We saw him do this with Ariana. We've seen him do this with Katie. We saw him do this with Raquel. We've seen him do this with even Lala on the show previously. We've seen him do this with any Stassi, any woman he's been at odds with, or anyone who didn't, anyone who was trying to take down, or anyone who wasn't kissing his ass. We've seen him build a case against women. And literally, you were in bed with him, T. Billie Lee's on the show with him and maybe wanting to be in bed with him. But you guys couldn't pick up on this? This is, oh my God. At first I was like, oh yeah, that's T. And now I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. Never trust. If they saw what they saw and they still wanted to hang out with Tom, I can't trust you.
Middle school 101.
Yeah,
You record
middle school
fights.
101.
Right,
Okay,
right.
now we know
Yes.
Tom Sandoval past 6th grade, dude. That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
know. Good for
Yes,
him, man.
go Tom. And the crazy thing too is that if you were such an isolator, why did Tom and I never fight?
Why did Tom and I never
We
fight?
fought one time because he went to go and pick another bitch up instead of drive me home
With
at like
Sheena
1
too,
a.m. in the
yes,
morning.
Layla.
When
Yep.
I lived like 2 miles away. I was like,
Mhm.
can you drive me home? So I walked. I said, fuck you. And I walked home, and he went to go pick up a
T. Everybody, like, what? This dude sucks. And you guys were still having his back. He made you walk at 1 a.m. so you could pick another chick up to hook up with, but he's such a great guy. But Billie did say he's going to get his D wet. And she was like, he's still a great guy.
pick up another girl, and then proceeded to drive her home in the morning.
Yeah.
That was a straw for me. But like,
And here's the thing is, like, I will
I'm
also show
confused.
these.
Oh, man. I just hope Vicky is like torturing this dude. Like, I hope, no offense, all jokes here. Kind of. No, all jokes. But oh man, maybe Vicky has come down to rain his karma upon him. Maybe we all should be praising, maybe too soon, but maybe we all need to praise sight unseen Vicky. If she is really, I don't believe that she's doing all the things that Tom says, but if she is making his life a little more difficult, maybe that's what he deserves. I don't know.
I'll show these screenshots, but like
Receipts by Billie and the Kid.
Victoria, she would literally be like, hey, come over, or hey, I got you ice cream, or like
Right,
she would
Allie.
love bomb me, and Tom would ask me to come over. Like, I was always, you would see the text message. I'm like, sorry, I passed out. Like, I don't want to go and hang out like all the
Right.
time. I am glad he has a girlfriend. I'm glad he's doing his own thing.
Mhm.
Like, and up until like it got really toxic, I was actually happy for him. I was like, do your thing, enjoy
Right.
what you're
you also
doing.
liked her in the beginning. Like,
I
of
did.
course
Yeah,
you were
she really
You were
did.
happy in the beginning
Mhm.
because you were like, she's cool. She sent me flowers. She's a nice, pretty girl,
Yeah.
and it gives you
Yeah.
time off.
And then
Yeah,
let's go into
You're genuinely happy when he's with someone. Like, you were genuinely happy when he was with T. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're
And
genuinely happy.
Billie
and
would
it's
tell
good.
me this too, and in my head, I was just like, oh, like cool, awesome. But Billie would still proceed to tell me like it's okay, he's in a good place, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Awesome, good for him. Like, you know.
yeah.
What is Billie? Why are you pimping out T so hard, Billie, to Tom? This is like giving like, okay, this is gonna be very dramatic. And it's gonna be a very dramatic, but it's like Ghislaine, whatever her name is, Ghislaine. Why are you pimping out your 25-year-old friend so hard to this dude you know is a problem?
Gives you
Yeah.
time off.
And then
Yeah,
let's go into
You're genuinely happy when he's with someone. Like, you were genuinely happy when he was with T. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're
And
genuinely happy.
Billie
and
would
it's
tell
good.
me this too, and in my head, I was just like, oh, like cool, awesome. But Billie would still proceed to tell me like it's okay, he's in a good place, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Awesome, good for him. Like, you know.
yeah.
But don't you think if Billie was an isolator, I would have fought with Tom the most?
I am dramatic.
Because I was Billie's actual friend. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, and
Isolator, why do you want to spend more alone time with him, dude? You got your fair share. No one
You
else
really
wanted to hang
did.
out
You
with him
really
besides
did.
you. She
All
got
of America
overload of
hated him.
Like, she got overload of solo time. You don't want any more of that.
Right.
And I was codependent with
Oh my
him
god,
too.
those are large paragraphs, Billie.
I know. So this
Just
girl,
so everyone knows what Billie's scrolling through, large paragraphs. That's
I can't
wild.
mention her name, and I'll show these screenshots as well.
Give a
But
code name.
I wanna let's say Abby.
Abby.
Code name is Abby.
Abby.
I don't want, but she is, I guess, who introduced Victoria to Tom.
Fucking Abby.
And she literally was like, I guess they like, she's like, hold on, let me see. I don't even know where to start, but basically, long story short, I was hooking up with Tom for like a month and we got really close, actually, or I thought, laugh out loud. I knew too much about him to want to date him, but I thought he was going to be one of my good friends because we got along really well. Then he introduced me to Victoria at his place when he had people over one night. She and I got along really well, and she started my friendship love bombing me. And this is what I want to say: is Victoria's pattern is
Okay. That's Tom's pattern. Okay, what is happening here? Maybe I was too relaxed at the beach when I was first listening to this because so this random Abby person, Abby is saying, long story short, I was hooking up with Tom for like a month. Why are we even hooking up with Tom? Can we stop giving him undeserved vagina? And we got really close, actually. Did you though? Or so I thought. LOL. I knew too much about him to want to date him. Is the D that good? It's crazy. But I thought he was going to be one of my good friends. What? Because we got along well that way. Okay. Then he introduced me to Victoria at his place when he had people over one night. She and I got along really well, and she started friendship love bombing me. She invited me over for the girls' nights, invited me over on Christmas Day because I had nobody in LA, got me flowers, constantly told me how much she was glad she met me. I told her how I was happy to stop hooking up with Tom if they wanted to be together because I really loved having both of them as my friends. Oh, what in the sister wives is going on? And I had no interest in taking it further than friendship with him. And she told me the same thing. She didn't something. Okay.
Over one night. She and I got along really well, and she started my friendship love bombing me. And this is what I want to say: is Victoria's pattern is to love bomb. Buy me gifts, buy me flowers. And like what blew me away was like, I was like, wow, this girl's FaceTime me all the time. Like, she really like wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
And then the second,
but that's like, then maybe she's female Tom Sandoval because that's what Tom Sandoval does. You guys say he's a good person. He spends his money on you and he gets you birthday gifts. Like he's generous. So that sounds like he's buying your friendship and love bombing you and like supportive. You know how he was way too into James and Raquel's engagement and he gets himself very involved. That sounds like a thing he'd be doing for like power. Yes, Cammie. Like a very transactional relationship. A lot of people say that narcissists tend to have these kind of relationships with people. So I don't know.
Second, I'm alone with Tom. She calls him over and over and over. And she said on the live, she goes, I don't think that Tom would ever want to hook up with her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she goes, it was a misunderstanding. He said that something about her sleeping in the bed and then he got another call. Bitch, he didn't get another call. You were calling 15 times in a row and then he went upstairs and got in a fight. I know.
She was the other call.
On her other phone.
Yeah, she was the other call.
It was at night. And like he literally went upstairs and got into a fight with her. A half hour later, I'm already done with my food. The movie's basically over. And he's like, yeah, she thinks we're gonna be sleeping together tonight. And I'm like, wow, that made me feel so uncomfortable. I immediately left because the movie was basically almost over.
What movie was it?
I don't want to feel like someone's love bombing me, but then accusing me of something.
Right.
It was just the weirdest fucking feeling.
Once the food and the movie's over, there's no purpose of the hang. You know?
Right. Bye.
That's the reason for the literally bye. That's
And I
the
ate
purpose.
alone and watched the movie alone.
That's the purpose
so
of the
thank
hang.
you
Like,
for
Billie
that.
doesn't. Once the food is gone and the movie's done, it's like she doesn't fucking care.
She's like going to bed.
Yeah, Billie doesn't give a shit. Once
Bye.
those are the important activities, when they're done, they're fucking done, dude.
It
She
has
said
to be
this about
drive,
Tom,
Nicole.
which I actually was like, girl, I know you're telling the truth because Tom told me this. She said, before I met Victoria, though, I should have seen the way Tom is because I remember some really insulting things. Like minutes after we had sex, one day he said to me, my next girlfriend has to be more famous than me. I can't have anybody writing my cocktails as I'm still sitting there naked, not famous. That's what like, could you?
That's not. And Billie Lee said, so Billie, why would you want to be friends with a guy who talks about women like that? Like, why? I can't imagine having a guy friend who would talk about women like that. Someone I would do so much for. Not even my own brother would I allow him to like talk like that without checking his ass. What? Your cocktails? Bro, you would be lucky. Okay? Calm down, Too Short. These are the freaky tales. These are the tales that I tell so well. You don't like my dirty dress, you can go to hell. I mean, no one is, your cock holds no weight. Literally. All right, since she doesn't read the whole thing. So he's like, my next girlfriend has to be famous. Why? She's just naked there. And I'm sitting there naked, not famous. But this chick was like, but I still want to be a friend. I wanted to be his good friend. Someone who talks to you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Not that I wanted to be his next girlfriend, but I didn't. But that hurt. LOL. Yeah. The first night we hooked up, he said to me, you're totally my type. I like girls who look a little bit like a boy. Because my hair was up. Again, just rude. He also talked so much shit about Ariana to me, it started to get really annoying. Oh my God, this guy sucks. He sucks. Tom Sandoval, you suck. You suck so much. You're the suckiest piece of suck that ever sucked. You suck. You're a dick. You're a dick. You're a dick, and you suck. Oh my God. And then she says, the last straw, the last time I saw the Billie, if you're going to out this lady's text, let us read the whole thing. I want to know what the last straw was.
Me. I can't have anybody writing my cocktails as I'm still sitting there naked, not famous. That's what like, could you imagine? Like, you just get in having sex with a guy, you're clearly not famous, and he's like, yeah, my next girlfriend has to be more famous.
Yeah, I mean,
than
he
me.
was saying, I want someone with clout. I want a model.
He was all about a model. That's
very
why he'll
specific about that.
because him and T got along really well, and I was like, like they were just having a good time, and I was like, I love T for you, like, I wanted y'all to work out.
Billie, quit pushing T. Jeez. At least Ariana could have easily been like, yeah, go for him, girl. Go for him. Enjoy. But even Ariana was like, you deserve better. And notice how Billie Lee's like, no, she's my friend. And you should totally like go for him, T. He clearly doesn't, even though T has said some weird stuff this episode, she's still too good for him.
And he's like, I really want a model. I'm like, first of all, T's dropped that gorgeous. What do you mean? He's like taller, like a tall model.
I know.
Why would you even tell T that? She doesn't need to know that. I want like a model, but like taller.
If I look long, but I'm like 5'2",
you're so your pocket size.
I'm literally tiny,
You're tiny.
but like you're gonna risk all that for something superficial like height. I was like, wow, he doesn't value me as a genuine person and a genuine relationship, so he's gonna get someone completely opposite of me, which seems pretty opposite spectrum at this point.
And I know this is true too, because he's definitely told me this several times. He's like, she said, the first night we hooked up, he said to me, you're totally my type. I like girls who look like a little boy or look a little bit like a boy, who look a little bit like
okay, be very careful, because if you say who look like a little boy is very different from who look a little bit like a boy. But also, why a boy? Why not a man? Still creepy, but creepier the way that she's going to say it. And then later, I think Sammy's going to say it the wrong way, but she says that you're told that Tom said, you're totally my type. I like girls who look a little bit like a boy.
Like a boy, not a little boy, like a boy. Because my hair was up. Again, just rude. He does, like, I remember, like, him being like, even when Ariana would
likes
cut her
guys?
hair short, he'd be like, he just likes that, like, almost like a lesbian look, but it's
Tom likes men.
Maybe like androgynous. I don't know if it has to be a lesbian look. I mean, shout out to the lesbians, but they don't want to be equated with him. I mean, leave the lesbians out of this. They're like, no, thank you. But we know that Tom had a fascination with Ariana's short haircut. He talked about it. I think he said that he masturbated over Ariana's short haircut, and then he really liked Rachel Raquel's short hair as well. So there is something to be said for he does like a woman with a shorter hairstyle, but I don't think Ariana's haircut or Rachel Raquel's were in any way boyish, I guess, whatever he's saying. But okay.
Men.
I don't know. I'm not gonna out it. I'm
Tom
not gonna.
likes feminine men.
I'm not gonna out anyone.
Like manly
it all
woman equals feminine men.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not gonna out anyone when I'm kind of outing him.
We figured out what he's hiding, dude.
As an
So
LGBT
Kyle's onto something.
Kyle was onto something.
I honestly, Tom Sandoval isn't cool enough to be gay. Honestly, he's not even cool enough to be bi. He's definitely heterosexual. He's very, very hetero boring. No offense, all offense. I'm heterosexual as well, but he's straight. This is unfortunately a toxic straight man who just tends to like women with shorter hair. But don't bring the gays into it. I mean, leave the people that are bi and gay out of this at this point. They don't want to be included.
Fuck.
Kyle starts wearing lipstick.
Not Kyle's fault. I'm telling you.
Delete the podcast. Kyle was low key right, dude.
Yeah.
Kyle was
He's a
right the whole
cis
time.
male, yeah.
No, I literally like as an LGBTQ person, I would never out someone, so I'm not going there.
Also, on Pride Month, for him to be saying that shit, shut the fuck up.
I know
it's Pride Month. It's the 1 month to be quiet. Say it.
You kind of are insinuating it, though. I mean, okay, whatever.
Say it in fucking August, bro.
Literally.
Say it in August.
Yeah, no, it was awful. Let me just see something.
Yeah, they're like, no, thank you. We have
She
enough.
said,
Thank you. No, thank you. We don't need Tom.
Well, while Billie's searching, go order Flint Mints with code BATK for.
Oh God, no, I would never.
I gave them out on set, and everybody's like, "What?" And I was like, "Giving."
What? Billie was on set? You guys, I wish she would talk about this more.
But he did talk about you so much and said the nicest things about you and your friendship. So it makes me upset to see him go back at you like this.
So that's that Abby girl. She sent her this text. Just bothers me that she made me feel so special and then ghosted. So it sounds like Victoria did this to this Abby girl. I'd be open to it, sure. Thank you for hearing me. It's been a lot to hold on to. I'm actually surprised I didn't meet you at the time. So Billie got this text from this Abby girl that was hooking up with Tom, and that he said, oh, my next girlfriend's going to be a famous model, you know, that's going to be more famous than me, while she's laying there naked, and also said she looked like a boy. So he was attracted to her because she looks a little bit like a boy. And then Billie, then she says that she had never met Billie, and she's surprised because she was at Tom's every other day, which is sus because Billie says but did Billie stop going by that time? Interesting, because she says she was over there morning, noon, and night, checking his temperature, rectal thermometer, and all, like just checking it for him. But he did talk about you so much and said the nicest things about you and your friendship. It makes me upset to see him not back you up, but also like, I know Abby said, just keep my name, change my name. But did she really say, share all my texts? Oh my goodness.
At Tom's every other day. But he did talk about you so much and said the nicest
right,
things
Alex?
about you.
She seems
your
more
friendship.
mad
So
at
it makes
Victoria
me
than
upset
Tom.
to see him go back at you.
It's messed up.
Right.
And like that really,
Right.
like I literally hearted it because I'm like that. Everyone knows how.
I literally hearted it because like that, everyone knows how good I was to Tom Sandoval. Lisa, right? We can never forget the atrocities that Tom Sandoval has done to us. Okay. Lisa says, I used to love white nail polish and he took that from me. He needs to quit taking from us, ladies. Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely a cis male who hates us. Okay. Hates us because he ain't us. Hates us because he just wants to abuse us. And quit taking our stuff, Tom. Quit taking our stuff. You got to respect us to borrow our stuff.
That's how good I was to him. Like
that's why this is the craziest thing. That's why.
It's the craziest thing, and it's what hurts so bad. But
I think the craziest thing is that he likes girls that look like little boys.
Yeah.
He didn't say little boys. He said boys, according to this girl, which is still, he could have said men. He could have said boys to men.
She was supposed to be on the podcast today. She's like, I'm scared they're going to come for me. She's like,
So Abby was supposed to be on the podcast, this girl that she was sharing the text messages, but she's like, I'm scared they're going to come for me. Like they're the damn Scientology or the Illuminati or something. Like, who's going to come for you? Sandoval, Vicky, and Kyle Chain?
she's like, you can talk about it, but just don't mention my name.
Let's put her in a mask.
I know. So fucked up. And she's like, my mom is like scared too. My mom doesn't want me to do it. And like, I want to respect her. I would never force someone to come on here and put that out there.
Yeah. You can't scare them all.
So we might have to like dub this and make the voice sound different because I don't want.
So now this is Abby's voice. She was supposed to be on the podcast, Abby, quote unquote, and they change her voice. This is a voice note from her.
Because I met Tom in November, like early November, I think, and I was hanging out with him for a little while, and I met Victoria. I want to say it had to be like the first week of December. He introduced me to her, so that was like when they started hanging out. And I don't know, she would always say like, I've never seen the show, but like I remember like the night I was like trying to convince her like, oh, you should give Tom a chance, he really likes you. Like I remember like bringing up Ariana and Raquel and like telling her basically not to like worry about it, but it just kind of like seemed like she already knew all the information I was telling her. Like she didn't really like ask questions to fill in blanks. So like that's why I think she was kind of lying about not seeing the show, or at least like not knowing the situation.
She's clearly lying.
Everyone knows.
When we were talking about it that night, but she's like, I don't know, I just don't trust her. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
That makes everyone.
It's also crazy too, like, and I didn't want to say this because like I said, I was kind of also on drugs sometimes.
She's like, I kind of want to say this, but I also kind of was on, they're all on drugs. Is there anyone who was sober enough to remember the story? I don't know if she said it, he said, or if it was said, or if it was made up in my head, or if it was the shrooms or the ecstasy talking. I'm not sure, but I think it was sad.
That's real as fuck.
It's
That's
LA.
real, dude.
Sammy, that's real as fuck, yo. That's real fuck, because I'm high too.
And so like, I don't really want to trust my memory too much on certain things.
She says, I don't really want to trust my memory too much on certain things.
But like for some reason, when I saw on that podcast that she mentioned, like you saying something about Kyle drugging Tom, like I don't know, it was just like deja vu. Like I feel like I had heard somebody tell me that rumor before, and like the only person that it could have been would be Victoria. Like I low-key feel like back in December, because I had met Kyle a few times with Tom too. And so I know Victoria had to have met Kyle at that point. So like, I don't know. I don't want to trust my memory, but like when that was brought up, I like low-key was like, I heard this rumor before.
I don't really trust my memory, but like I low-key remember, like I think I've heard this rumor before, but like I don't trust my memory. What is going on? Yes, someone says like investigative discovery all of a sudden. We're on an episode of 2020 Dateline Investigates.
Like it didn't seem like new to me. So like,
And she had never met you.
Yeah.
maybe she
Oh my God.
did say that to me before.
You're right, dude. She never met Billie.
She'd
Yeah.
never
Where did
met
it come
Billie, but
from?
she had heard it before. So
She can't trust her own memory. She just pretty much, she would be a horrible witness on the stand. They'd be like, we can't use her. She said she can't trust her own memory. What is happening here?
We know she's
common
a liar.
sense, people.
Yeah.
Please.
It's like, I kind of feel sorry for Kyle's stupid ass for going into this with her. Like, you just dug yourself.
Truly, he's a good friend. He should have stayed out of it.
Alvin,
Yeah,
Simon,
like,
Theodore,
I just-
do Unsolved Mysteries, Nicole.
Okay,
Yes.
so I wanted to just put that out there. Hopefully we can dub her voice.
Thanks, Abby.
Yeah, thanks, Abby.
Thanks, Abby.
Go, Abby.
Thank you, Abby.
Yeah. And then let's see here. I'm just trying to look through.
Christine, same. I feel like I'm losing brain cells right now. Yep.
I also love that Kyle said, you know, if
Does.
Billie wants to do this for entertainment value based on like you making lives, you're getting your entertainment value. Bitch, you're filming it like faded sitting in your car in the driveway. You're like not doing it for entertainment value.
Literally.
Sammy, everyone's faded, elevated, bitch. Billie Lee is faded as fudge, sitting in her car, okay? Behind the wheel of an automobile, faded AF, okay? Driving under the influence, as they might say, okay? If she wanted to put this on, she put this on the podcast, but she's faded, elevated, okay? I want to get high, so high. She had 5 on it, okay? She was in her driveway. She was ripped. I don't know if you want to be announcing that she's ripped and faded. behind the wheel of an automobile. But okay, Sammy.
No, if Billie wants to do this for entertainment value based on like you making lives, you're getting your entertainment value. Bitch, you're filming it like faded sitting in your car in the driveway. You're like not doing it for entertainment value.
Literally, I look like shit 90%
You're not going
of the
on
time.
a huge platform. Like,
No,
Yeah.
she's literally doing an Instagram live, like sitting in her parked car at 11 p.m. It's like, what do you mean for entertainment value? Like people said something, so she's clapping back. If someone says something about you, you have the right to like defend yourself. It's not for entertainment value. Like she's not like sitting in front of like this is entertainment value.
I don't know if this is entertainment value, baby girl. I'll be honest. I feel like we're all making it entertainment value. I don't know if what you were doing is entertainment value. Tess is saying faded AF while she's on set. Okay, she's on set. Faded AF.
We're in a fucking
Yeah.
studio.
And if I'm gonna say anything, it's gonna be on my own fucking terms and my own platform. So
Yes.
I like have the time and space to do it. I'm not just gonna jump
And
on
you
someone
control
else's
your
live.
own narrative with it.
Yes.
It's not someone else putting the words in your mouth. This is you saying like I'm empowered and can say what I want about it.
And the entire time like the scandal happened, like I was bombarded by paparazzi. I never said anything. I like never went to the press. I literally just keep my mouth shut. And I remember when production started back up, I said, guys,
I was bombarded by paparazzi when I was on the movie set, and I didn't say anything. Ask Miss Olsen says Billie Lee needs to meet Bo Dietl. We need some Bo. Where is Lobster Louie to get Bo Dietl on the case?
talk to the press. If I'm gonna film, I want to clear my name. Like
Right.
that was my intention going back to film this season, was to clear my name. Even though they edited it where it looked like I was madly in love with Tom, which was the opposite. And what killed me with that scene was the producers and Tom were secretly talking. And I was like, what's going on? When I came back from like the locker room, and Tom was laughing. He's like, nothing. And I was like, what? And he's like, they all think that we slept together. And I'm like, what? I'm like, the whole point of me doing this and filming was to clear my name because we don't.
What? You mean they're not going to clear a woman's name? What? Being associated with Tom Sandoval isn't going to be the feminist statement I thought it was going to be, where I'd be able to clear my name as a woman? What? That's insane. Production would take up for the problematic man. What?
Don't sleep together.
And to be a friend for him. Like,
Like,
you also, I remember you
right.
also telling me, you were like, he literally has no one, like not even his dad or something. Like,
That's a red flag. That is like a sign. If someone doesn't have anybody, don't be the person for them. There's a reason everyone else left.
is like no people that like want to be on his side, and he was in a dark place. So you're like, yeah, guess what? Even if it might hurt my image, whatever they do with it, you wanted to show like,
Even if it's going to hurt your image, girl, you are sacrificing your whole self for this toxic dude that sucks.
not only off camera, on camera. You did not want to go back. You only were like, I'll go back just to be a good friend.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
just to be like someone is actually there for him. It's in real life and it's on TV, like showing like the real life element of like you were really actually truly there for him to be a good friend, no matter what it came with.
Mm-hmm.
You were there to be a good friend.
Right.
Yeah, that was my intention. Was to literally
Bet.
show up for him, but also clear my name because most of the allegations were we were sleeping together.
Right.
But
Well, it didn't help.
whenever production like said that, and like him and Tom were laughing and had a conversation behind my back, and then later I see the edits.
What? Tom and Tom were laughing at a conversation behind your back? They would never. Behind my back when they were talking crop.
Together.
Right.
But whenever production like said that, and
oh my gosh, the vocal fry is so real. Whenever production said that,
like him and Tom were laughing and had a conversation behind my back.
Him and Tom were talking and having a conversation, laughing behind my back.
And then later I see the edits of me like, of course I'm looking like shocked and looking up and down because he's like in a fucking cold bath. I don't know how you react to a cold bath. Am I supposed to take a nap? But like people were like, oh, Billie's so in love. Like the way that I was looking. Like, first of all, I see Tom's naked body or his fucking body all the time.
Yeah, he's halftime on FaceTime. He's like always naked. I'm just like,
He will literally call me while he's in the shower. Like he's like,
wait a minute. You mean he, without your consent, just shows you naked Tom and all his dongness? Gosh, it's like this guy really has a problem with consent. I'm sorry, but if I call you and we're friends and you're naked and I don't know, I'm going to be really mad. This sounds like a Louis C.K. situation. Like then he was jerking it and I was like, it's just Tom just jerking away while I'm on the phone. What is happening?
He's like my brother. I don't fucking.
Okay, put it in the chat if you have a brother, if you've thought of a brother, if you've ever heard of a brother. Whose brother calls them naked? Whose brother calls them naked? Besides maybe Lala's, okay? Allegedly. Who knows? All right? If my brother ever, I would be on the phone with 911. I would add an extra one because it would be that serious. I'd be like, what is happening here? Speed it up. Something's wrong with my brother. Brothers aren't supposed to be naked around you. That's what?
Fucking cold bath. I don't know how you react to a cold bath. Am I
I
supposed to take a nap?
know.
But like, people were like, "Oh, Billie's so in love." Like the way that I was looking. Like, first of all, I see Tom's naked body or his fucking body all the time.
Yeah, he's halftime on FaceTime. He's like always naked. I'm just like,
He will literally call me while he's in the shower. Like, he's like my brother. I don't fucking look at his body.
Nope. That's not what brothers. I don't know if she has a brother, but that's not what brothers do. What the fuck? Yeah, FaceTimes you in the shower. That sounds like he's getting his jollies off and just going, "Oh, it's fine." Yuck.
Body, like, ooh, like Tom is not even my type. Like, I don't.
was literally just gonna say it's
Yes.
not Billie's type. Aesthetically, Billie loves a dad bod. Billie
Yeah.
loves
Yes.
a little chunk, a
Melody.
little beer belly, a little grease, a
Yeah.
fucking chunky American
Yeah.
man, dude. That's what
Yeah.
Billie likes. You don't like
Yeah,
chiseled.
like I don't. Like
Chiseled
I.
not your vibe.
Good point.
So anytime
In
you
the
caught me looking
shower.
at him like that, like no, I've
there
seen
are
the
just
dude
better
every day.
people to sleep with, and I think you know that. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
It's not truly. He's not like Pete Davidson, where you're like, whoa, I wonder what's
Yeah,
under that thing,"
yeah.
which I still wonder daily.
Tom, people who have slept with you say it's not that impressive.
Yeah. I also
Quit calling people naked without their consent, okay? Quit just ripping out your wiener without their consent, sir. That's problematic.
just want to like, and again, not trying to throw him under the bus. I talked to him for an hour on the phone yesterday. I love Josh. Like,
You've never said anything bad about him ever.
he's just the sweetest. Like, we literally like were tearing up yesterday talking on the phone because like I don't want to lose some of these people through this experience. And literally as I'm talking to him for an hour on the phone,
No, she did not moan. Bauer power. Now I got to go back. He's not my type.
they are his fucking body all the time.
Yeah, he's halftime on FaceTime. He's like always naked. I'm just like,
He will literally call me while he's in the shower. Like, he's like my brother. I don't fucking look at his body. Like, ooh, like Tom is not even my type. Like, I don't.
was literally just gonna say
yeah.
Tom is not even my type. She's like,
it's not Billie's type aesthetic.
Yes.
It's not.
I also just want to like.
Ever.
He's just the sweetest. Like, we literally like were tearing up last.
we literally were doing it. It wasn't that we were doing it. We were laterally doing it.
Yesterday, talking
Laterally
on
doing
the
it.
phone because like I don't want to lose some of these people through this experience. And literally, as I'm talking to him,
Literally, you guys, the literallys are. I know we've been saying it's a lot, but it's a lot.
for an hour on the phone, it was like 48 minutes. Victoria's calling him, and he's like, "I'm gonna not answer that." Like, and
I'm not gonna answer that. So this is Josh, his cousin. She's talking about, right? Literally.
How does she always know when you're on the phone with someone connected to his life, dude?
and
She
he,
doesn't. She just
Right,
calls everyone
Layla?
she does.
constantly.
She's constantly
She
calling.
doesn't know.
She's constantly. She's
You're right.
manic. She's manic. But and so
You guys, she's manic. She's manic. Tom's not manic, just whipping out his dong and being on the treadmill for 2 days straight. But she's literally like that manic.
he said, he's like, I just shut down when they say this, Billie. He's like, they talk this shit about you, and he's like, I just shut down because like
Yeah.
I don't. He's like, I love you. He's like, I know who you are. But like, he literally after our episode went live that same day, he saw it, and that night it was 10:40 p.m.
You
He
do
left
have
me.
receipts, Jesus
He left me a
Christ.
voicemail. I was like, hey Billie, I'm alone in the car, and I hope that you don't think I'm upset with you
Hey,
in any way, shape,
Billie,
or form.
I'm alone in the car thinking of you. Bah.
I love you so much. You have always been a really good friend to me, and I just want to say I really appreciate you. Like, and he even said, he's like, I don't want to be involved. Please don't bring me into this. But guess what?
So this Josh guy said, don't bring me into this. I don't want to be involved. But you're bringing him into this by exposing his messages to you here. I really appreciate you not bringing me up and saying anything about me and your podcast today. And yeah, I know you told me like, when you were getting your stuff out of Tom's house. So this was going to happen. So I was prepping for it emotionally and everything. I just want to say, do people know about periods? There is no period. This man has not used one period. What is happening here? Tom's house. So this was going to happen. So I was prepping for it emotionally and everything. And I just want to say, if you were worried, I hope you were, but if you were worried that I was gonna be upset, if nothing to worry about, I just miss you. I love you. And I hope that you have gained all the things in the universe that you want. I'm so happy for you right now, and you are soaring. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just happy you're part of my life. And I just really appreciate you. And I just wanted you to know that you are to know that. So you weren't, I don't know. I overthink everything. And so anytime I think one of my friends could possibly be overthinking, I want to make sure to put any of those overthink. That's the rest. But if you're not overthinking at all, and I'm just overthinking that you're overthinking, well, that would be funny. But yeah, and then I'm just being silly. But in any case, love you to death, girl. I am going to try to come see you at one of your shows. I'm going to something, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but it is a transcription. So was this an audio message he left her? But wow, dude, take a breath. Literally.
I have to, when it comes to the intervention, because he was a huge part of it.
Right.
And also, he knows me just like you both know me. I am not the person to create these lies and to try to divide someone and to try to isolate someone.
Right.
And if I was this evil person spreading these rumors about Kyle assaulting people, why would Tom's cousin and assistant send me?
Why did she do a transcript? Why couldn't we just do the chipmunk voice for his voicemail? Because that was wholly run on. Like, he didn't even take a breath during that voicemail. But Jen says, Joleen, this was a transcript of the voicemail. Okay, that makes more sense, because I'm thinking if he wrote this is very scary.
Me this love after seeing.
And how would Abby know after never meeting you? The same
Right.
exact
Literally.
thing.
Right. Put the puzzle pieces together.
It's
Truly.
like-
Also, you've never ever said anything. It's recorded. Like, you've never said anything mean about Josh. So
You're just
No.
saying the
Same
receipts.
Josh.
You're just showing the receipts, which is what
Yeah.
the other party could not do,
yeah.
and unfortunately involved him.
Yeah. And
But
when it goes to
should we show
receipts,
the receipts?
I
Should we do
do.
Should we?
Should we do it?
Should we?
Should we
Billie,
do
you
it?
made us. This is what she said or something. It was like,
You put the
Okay.
nail. Here it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Here it is.
No, it's like, if you want to play this game with the receipts, let's play the game. It's like, yeah, I'm literally looking at Billie's phone. Abby said some
I'm literally looking at Billy's phone. Oh, goodness.
shit, dude. You've got some receipts. in
yeah.
there.
Well, she clearly lost on the receipt game because she didn't have any receipts.
For anything.
But
It's so bad.
I do have a
It was so
receipt of
sad.
Tom being like, "Hey, Victoria broke up with me again," and then immediately was like, "Oh, never mind. Laugh out loud." I'm showing
Hilarious.
that
Right.
receipt because they broke up. All hey,
Billy's 40. Billie Lee, girl. I thought you were, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking of Lala. Girl. No. Once we hit 40, maybe it's just because you just hit 40, but once you hit 40 as a woman, don't give an F. Start kicking up. And you start writing people off. Nah, not you, not this one. Oh my gosh. And then Tom is, 105. And he's like, Victoria broke up with me again. Wait, never mind. LOL. Why is that an LOL? Why would we laugh out loud that you're in a child-baby relationship where you just break up with each other randomly? Oh, shoot. I went too far back.
What?
that's
Smart.
very true.
Like, girl, sleep in their bed. You house. Mhm.
My plants got up to the 1:13 in the morning. She says, "Babe, are you awake?" It was no, but it's tonight.
And they're where? If Billie
No.
hot
Okay, here it is.
your shut for like 6 or 8 weeks when she had all the power and the receipts in her
Like,
hands ready to say
literally
she said
40.
nothing until they said something first. Also, it's like, you're trying to stay relevant. It's like, you're on tour, bitch. You already are relevant. Like,
Right.
it's like, you don't need to do that to stay relevant. If you wanted to be relevant, you would have said it 6 weeks ago when it happened.
She's on a movie set.
Literally.
Literally.
Thanks, Abby.
She said, literally.
If you wanted to,
If someone is watching later and happen to count the literallys, can you put it in the comments when the video posts? Or can you guess how many literallys? Or if anyone goes back to replay, if you happen to catch how many literallys, can you put it in the comment section and I'll pin it? Because I would love to know how many literallys, but I don't know if I can listen to this again.
to be relevant, you would have said it 6 weeks ago when it happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. That has to be a sound effect for me. 5645. I gotta grab that.
Thanks, Abby.
Yeah. So okay, here it is.
Literally.
There's so many receipts.
There's
which
so
one is it?
many
Like,
fucking receipts.
There's
I'm
so
like,
many
where?
screenshots, and then like a hot selfie. It's like hot selfie, receipt, hot selfie.
Because I was on set. I
My
was
skin
on
is
set.
glowing.
Why can't-
Receipt,
Literally,
receipt.
like glowing skin.
Because I was on set. I was on set. I was on set. I was on set. I was on set.
Thanks, Abby.
Yeah. So okay, here it is.
Literally.
Let's see.
There's so many receipts.
There's
which
so
one is it?
many
Like,
fucking
there's
receipts. I'm
so
like,
many
where?
screenshots, and then like a hot selfie. It's like hot selfie, receipt, hot selfie.
Because I was on set.
My
I was
skin
on
is
set.
glowing.
Why can't-
Receipt,
Literally,
receipt.
like glowing skin, perfect jawline. Love the way my nose looks here. Receipt.
Because I was on set. I was on set.
off? Like,
if it's a heavily
so many people.
emotional thing,
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
the live, she needed someone with her. She
Right.
couldn't handle it on her
She
own.
would literally call me and like
Literally.
during the day, slurring her words, being like, I gotta talk to you about Tom. I'm done. Like she would always say she was done. She'd always have some crazy excuse, even like he's not A-list enough. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh my
crazy shit she would
God.
tell me. And then the next day it was as if she didn't remember. Like, I don't know if that's something if you're on pills or if you're manic, maybe it's a sleeping pill during the day. I don't know, but she would say all this stuff and do all this stuff and then not remember.
Right.
So you know, obviously they fall on my birthday. So that night it was the
Literally.
23rd at 1:13 in the morning. So it was still that night, but in
Right.
the morning. 1:13 in the morning, she says, "Babe, are you awake? Please tell Tom to stop blowing up my close friend's phone. Not okay. I'm done."
Why is Vicky texting her about Tom? What talk about 8th grade? They're talking about middle school recording each other. I don't know about that life, but I do know about can you call him to find out if he likes me or whatever? Babe. So Vicky is texting Billie, you were so involved.
Done. This is too much. Sending literal
Literal. Not just literally, literal. Vicky uses literal.
essays to her. It's inappropriate.
So sounds like Tom Sandoval is pretty psycho. He's messaging Vicky's friends and sending her essays, blowing up Vicky's friends' phones. But I'm sure we're just still going to call Vicky manic, not Tom. Tom's totally normal.
You're trying to sleep. I'm like,
we are trying to sleep. Is she sleeping with her friend? So Vicky must have been with her friend and they're trying to sleep and she wasn't answering Tom because they literally broke up. LOL. And now we're trying to sleep. Can you tell Tom to stop it?
I'm like, why? And so at 7:07 in the morning, oh no, I was passed out. I'm sorry. I hope you got sleep, babe. And he's calmed down. Love you. And then
no, you missed a part. You said, oh no, I was passed out. Sorry. What the fudge? Okay, I'll stop by today. I hope you got sleep, babe. I hate the LA thing. I had friends that would say, babe, but babe. And I just want to throw up because it's never like you're good friends. It's always someone who's pretending to be your friend. It's like, oh my God, babe, it's so good to see you. And I'm like, no. I hope you got sleep, babe. And he calmed down. Love you. Why are you telling this woman you love her when you clearly don't?
At 11 o'clock, is he home now? I may go pick up my car. And that's one thing, as I realized too, is every time they got in a fight, she would reach out to me as if like, are you with him? What is he doing? Like
checking.
You know, like and when she like stormed in the house that day when she showed up, it's like she hated the fact that he would be with me.
The fox.
She you for emotional
literally.
support.
Literally.
And one time she was like, I need to come get my pills. And I was like, onto a
I
fight.
don't think she took them.
What? I need to come get my pills. This reminds me of the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where Giles, everything can be equated back to Buffy, but he has to give her the Slayer test, I think, when she turns 18. And she doesn't know. And so he has to like inject her so that it takes away her Slayer powers. And she goes up against this vampire who they give pills to kind of keep him. It's a really weird against a wall, like in a straitjacket. And he's like, pills, pills. I just imagine Victoria as that actor who does look like Emma Roberts' dad, whatever his name is. And Vicky just being like, pills, pills. I have to get my pills, babe.
The fact that he would be with me.
Right. Run to you for emotional
literally.
support.
Right.
And one time she was like, I need to come get my pills. And I was like,
maybe it was birth control.
Yeah, she needed her pills. And I was like,
she needed her
okay. I was
pills.
like, can you put them in the mailbox? She's like, no. And I was like, well, how are you going to get in? Because she didn't have a key. And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I'm not going to leave the door unlocked because that's just dangerous. And she's like, well, don't leave him in the mailbox. I'm like, well, what would you like me to do?
Billie Lee is so stranger danger. Like, she is so worried, but the call is coming from inside the house. Okay. The killers are in the house. Vicky, Tom, Kyle, Chain, you. Seriously, the only people that should be worried are the doggo and the kitty.
So I'm not going to be there.
Right.
And
literally,
the whole point of this
Thank you,
conversation
Shivy,
was for me to give her the key. Like, why on earth would I give you a key when you're literally fighting with him? And like, it just was weird. And like, it was just always shit like that. And I think she also didn't like the fact that I had a key, but like, I've had a key for years.
That's smart. He didn't
Like-
give her a key though, because I had a key for a little bit.
Oh my God, it's so weird that she didn't get a key because I got a key. I got a key too. We all had keys to his house. We literally have literal keys to his literal house. Literally.
And we hid the key together, and we're like, Tom, it's over here. Like,
oh God.
So at least
Tom is like, dun dun.
he's a little coherent.
Well, she
She
I don't know.
doesn't.
She probably does now, obviously, but like, ooh. And then I'll just say this too, and I have this screenshot when it comes to like her including me in their fights on my birthday. Like,
Happy birthday.
With the whole Ariana stuff, like she literally wanted the house and she was staying a lot. I don't know why they weren't staying at her house, but 90% of the time they were staying at his house. And she started like moving things around, cleaning things. She started going through Ariana's plants. She wanted them all replanted. Somehow, some way, my plants got up to.
Yes. Exelysium. Yes. If I'm Ariana, I'd be concerned that they have keys. He's giving keys. He's like, you get a key, you get a key, you get a key. Like, this dude is Trey irresponsible.
The master bathroom. And then I remember when I went to go get the last bit of my stuff.
Literally.
Josh was like, yeah, we got movers to get Ariana's stuff out of here.
Literally.
And you know, Tom was like, not about that master bedroom. Like, he literally was like, I don't care. He didn't give two shits. He took both of the guest bedrooms towards that way.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't.
All his stuff, is on that one side of the house.
And like, why is Billie Kato Kaelin? I'm just Billie Lee is Kato Kaelin now. You're Kato Kaelin this place. You know, but I think Kato Kaelin paid rent. I think maybe Kato didn't. I don't remember. But Billie is like the female Kato Kaelin at this point. Because you got plants there. Why do you have plants there? Like Cammie's saying. Why do you have plants at the house, Kato?
Like, I understand you would if you're gonna be in the house and she's not there, but like you have to wait until she comes and gets it. Like, you cannot just move her stuff.
I know.
Like,
and she had a lot of stuff too. She had so many boxes, so much
many
clothes.
Boxes.
Also,
So
she's
many
like, why
boxes.
would I want to sleep in their bed? You realize he fucked more people in the guest bedroom bed than he did in the master bedroom?
that's
Does she
actually
realize
very
that the
true.
bed she's sleeping in from
Well, we don't know that. I'm sure he was an equal opportunity bang in the bed when Ariana wasn't around. Let's be real. Okay, T?
Kel to every other bitch has been in that bed? I'd rather
Yeah.
sleep in the master bed. There was only one bitch in that bed.
Yeah,
Like, what?
that's very true.
Like, girl.
Okay, so that's pretty much everything.
Billie is just taking scraps at this point. NYCMP said they were Ariana's, but Billie adopted the plants. Adopted Tom Sandy Butt, adopted the plants, adopted the animals.
On my list, and I think we covered everything when it comes to the live, right?
No.
No. Okay. what else?
Should we tell them?
Yeah. Should we?
Sorry. That's
we do
just
it?
so funny to me.
Should I powder?
It's like
All right. Okay. We got it.
Something
okay.
that's never gonna drop.
Yes. No. Okay. One thing is the baby thing that really,
Oh my
really
God, we
upset
never talked
me.
about the
No,
baby
that
thing.
really upset
Oh my God, we never talked about the baby thing. Literally.
me because this whole baby thing, let me just clarify. This happened over maybe 2 months. This was a span, Billie and Tom.
Literally.
Billie first told me, oh, like I want him as a sperm donor, blah, 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 which he already knew. And they had conversations about this. This was while I was with Tom. All of these things, he called me right after he had the convo, after
NYCMP.
you guys decided, let's not do this. This is not the
Adopted
best
everything
thing.
but the mortgage.
Pretty much mutually, right? He called me right after that. He's like, I just had the chat with Billie. It went well. We're on the same page. And then Billie had told me the same thing. Literally the same story.
Literally.
And that was the end of that. That was in September. That was the end of the baby conversation. For a little bit, it was very like, should I do this? And then he started really thinking, okay, if I'm a dad or I donate, then I have to be responsible for this. Then it started getting more serious. And then it came to the closing conversation. She on the live made it seem.
Why would anyone want Tom Sandoval's sperm? Why? Why? It's the most irresponsible sperm in the game. There's so much sperm out there. Lala showed us this season. If not for Lala, we wouldn't know how much sperm was out there. It is Jizz City Township. You don't need to go to Sandy Butt for the sperm. But why? And then Tom, I mean, classic Sandoval, I can do it in a cup. Yes. And then when he's like, wait a minute, don't be like a real kid. I don't know if I want to be responsible. This is the same man who had us believing that Ariana was like so evil because she knew she didn't want to be a mom. She knew she didn't want to be married. She knew she didn't want those things for herself with him. And he made it seem so awful. And he was ready. He couldn't wait to be a dad. And now he has the opportunity technically to be a dad. And he's like, wait, I don't know. Tom, I thought you were ready. Literally, I thought you were ready.
Team, like she was the one who
Realification.
just brought this
Thank
up
you so
and-
much for gifting 5 memberships to my channel. Realification. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you. Let me know if you were one of the lucky winners to get the memberships.
He was out of the blue. The way she brought it up was as if she was there when this conversation went down.
Mm-hmm.
This was solved. This was solved before he even knew her name.
Yeah.
This was all done. And I think that is so disrespectful. She took Billie's personal information. Obviously, you don't have sperm of your own or egg of your own. That is so personal, obviously. To bring something like that up randomly when she wasn't even involved.
And
she
I chose
wasn't
not
a part of it.
And I literally chose not to ever talk about that publicly. And
it was on the low. It was super
I never even brought it up here.
You have a platform here to say what the fuck you want. You never said anything about it.
And you know how everyone knows how much I want to have a baby. And so let me just start here. When Tom and Ariana were together, we're family. We would spend the holidays together. Ariana had her eggs frozen. She's like, Billie, if you want me to help you have a baby, I will. Tom said the same thing. Like, I'll help you have a baby. When they were together.
So it sounds like from what Billie has described in this podcast, Ariana was such a great friend. Why she would ever go to help Tom. I know it's this like, oh, people said he was going to lose it and all this stuff. But it's like, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that it was just because she was so scared for his life. I think it had a little more to do with maybe being on the show or something, or her own like for him. I still don't know, or her own attraction or whatever to him. I still don't know if I believe that the reason is simply because Jason and Kimmy, laptop owner Jason and them were like, oh, you have to help him. He's in trouble. And I knew if I didn't help him, nobody would. I don't know if I believe all of that. I think there is more to it there. But I mean, and realification, it looks like a bunch of you got memberships. Unsure what to do with the membership. Well, with a membership, you are a member. You get your little crown next to your name. You have emojis, and then depending on what tier you're in, you have exclusive content. So if you go to the page, the community tab, or the tab, I guess, for your membership here on YouTube, you will see what there is to offer. And I do have to make more emojis too.
Together, they were like, if you want to have a baby, like we don't want to have a baby at the time. Ariana didn't want to have children.
Right.
She's like, if you want to have a baby, like I would help you. That's what
how nice
family does. And when you can't have a kid by yourself, you like kind of reach out to your
You can't have a kid with yourself.
Family first.
Family and very close friends.
Yes. That's where you go
People
first. People you trust.
Zazu says, how do we get gifted memberships? You have to make sure you have the option turned on in your account to receive gifted memberships, first of all, and then it's basically random pick. So if someone is as kind and generous as our girl Realification is, then they can gift memberships, and then randomly they will select people to receive those memberships. Thanks, Allie. Yes, Allie said it better. It's randomized by YouTube. So thank you for describing that much more succinctly than I did.
And then whenever Tom and I were isolated, and literally like the first couple months of like us just being stuck together because I lost all my
me figuring out I had emojis. So, and I know they don't show up on StreamYard, but you can see them in the YouTube chat. I hate when I put them up, you can't see them, but Hype Man Husband Chell is working on making some more.
Friends, the paparazzi were outside constantly following us. I remember us having a conversation. He's like, Billie, I don't think I'm gonna have kids anytime soon. He's like, I want to continue being a rock star. I don't see myself dating anytime soon. He's like, so I would help you
continue being a rock star. When did you start being a rock star, sir?
You have a baby, like
Right.
I'm down. And one of my big things was like, oh, like maybe financially, like I could have a little help. It's so expensive having a baby, even just making a baby. It's so expensive.
Right.
I'm like, maybe financially I could get some help from him. And that's where like there might've been some confusion because maybe Tom just wanted to give his sperm and not ever help.
Yeah,
but
I
also
think he did. Mhm.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I'm like,
That should be Tom Sandoval's autobiography. I just want to give my sperm and never help. The Tom Sandoval story. That literally, Billie, you just named his autobiography. When you write a book, Tom, I just want to give my sperm and never help. The Tom Sandy Butt story. That is exactly what it is.
like, and we talked about that. Like it takes getting on the same page about something because obviously having a child together is not just a simple little transaction.
Right. I would hear that from him. He's like, oh no, but I just want to donate my sperm and I don't want to be like a dad.
Yeah.
But then subconsciously he was like, would I think like, oh, that's my kid.
Literally. And like,
Tom
how
right
can you
there.
give sperm and be
Right.
around me all the time and not
Right.
think that like there's going to be a conversation about you being the dad? Like,
Right. So that he started thinking about that towards the end. He was like, wait, if she lived in a different state, maybe because I wouldn't see this kid, but like, what if it looks like me? What if it,
yeah.
you know?
And it's a lot to think about. Like, I literally 100% agree. And also when he started drinking and there was like drugs everywhere, I'm like, I would never have a baby in this house. Like,
I would never have a baby in this house. There's so many drugs and drinking and sleeping late and cat piss and dog piss. It's too crazy. Oh my gosh, the fact that Bunny Chick 507 said sperm and run. That's my favorite. Not nut and bolt. Oh my god. Lewis says nut and bolt. Oh my god, sperm and run, nut and bolt.
Like you can't. Ariana couldn't even have her dog in the house because the dog was eating and getting into stuff that was hospitalizing the dog.
Yeah.
So I would never, like, we both came to the conclusion that this is not going to happen. I never went around town and went public about it. I never went. I told my close friends.
Billie, you have a podcast. If you wanted to say it, you would have. You literally have a fucking podcast.
Yes.
If you wanted to say it, it would have been said here.
And she's like, well,
Sammy's like, let's wrap it up. We're over an hour here on this podcast. I'm high, but I need to get higher. Sammy's like, Billie, you have a podcast. Let's wrap this shit up.
At Karamo Brown's. So let me just, not to throw Karamo in this because I love him. He's like one of my favorite human beings. They threw it in. But Karamo had an event for his partner.
I think what she was saying is that Ariana was going to help with the egg. So she was going to have someone donate the egg and then someone donate the sperm. And then there would be someone to carry the baby, I assume. I don't know. I'm 44 and I still am like, wow, that's magic making babies. I don't know.
And Tom and I both know Karamo, so we decided to go to this event.
A literal
We're
podcast.
tipsy. We're all drinking. We're having a bomb ass time. We're sitting next to a fire. We end up getting to this subject because Karamo has kids. I love Karamo's son. He's so cool. And so like we were talking about having babies or whatever. And he's like, Billie, I'll help you. Like, I'll give you my sperm. And I was like, we were literally like, I want a baby. Like, let's do it, you know? And I was like, Tom is willing to help me too. Like, it was just like a nonchalant thing. It wasn't like, Tom and I are having a baby and it's going to be Sandoval. And it's like, I never had that conversation.
To change the last name, like the fake kid that doesn't exist. It's like, it's a drunk conversation, which you're allowed to have. You shouldn't have to feel guarded when it's a lighthearted conversation. Just be expressing this is something I want. It's not like, like this is what's different.
All right, this is ridiculous. Okay, we're going to stop it here because this is, there's only a little bit of time left, but it's literally ridiculous. Literal ridiculousness to think that a man who, yes, he can't even pay his mom back, Heather's saying, great point, let alone take care of a literal baby. So why would you ever want this man's sperm now knowing what you know? Gyros. Christine, I'm going to read a couple of you guys' comments and we will end the live. You guys have been so fun and thank you for cracking me up. Christine says, Billie has tried everything to get on the show. Please, she's no one's friend. Peace God says, thank God, Joleen. Bunny, baby Sandoval. She thinks it's, I don't know. She's like, I just call him Sandoval. NYC Girl Forever says, I'd rather Catherine Dennis have another child than her. LOL. Alex says, Tom would probably drink Coors Light and sing with his baby. Yeah. He'd probably teach the baby to beer bong. We will literally be here all day if we literally have to listen to them. Yes, let's literally just go. Please God. Nicole says, do not let this cis male procreate. Thank you, Heather. You're the best. Jim says, thank you. Jim, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to Jim. You guys put your happy birthdays, or if I don't even know if I have a happy birthday emoji, put your happy birthdays in the chat for Jim. Let me give you a little birthday song by, I don't think it's in this one, but let me grab it. It's by the wonderful, I always think it's here, but I don't. I'm lying. It's not here.
You're lying. No, I'm not lying.
You're lying. But I think this is my night pants with Nana, but it's Busy Blue and Tay the Bay singing Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
Love that video of my friend Busy Blue and Tay the Bay singing with their dog Luke in the back. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's the best. So happy birthday, Jim. I'm so happy, literally, that you could be here on your literal birthday to literally listen to us literally talk about this, right? Love some Busy. I was just texting with Busy today. I'm like, I miss you. We have to go live on our other channel. So hopefully if you guys are Sip and Key fans, we'll have another Sip and Key very soon. Okay. Oh, we made it, you guys. We got through it. I really must have. I'm glad I listened to that again because I think I was just at the beach. I was having such a good week camping with my littles, and I thought that podcast went a lot better than it did. There was a lot of tea spilled with tea, but there was also some problematic stuff still going on, and we're still blaming women. So we're still exactly where we were, you guys, blaming women instead of Tom Sandoval. Thank you to everyone for joining. You guys, don't forget to smash that like and comment after the video post. Shout out to my super chatters today. Thank you, Lala, Christina, David, Pamela B, Trixie, Caitlin. Thank you for becoming a member. Susie Q, Allie, and Realification for gifting 5 memberships. And congratulations to those who received the membership. I'll be back tomorrow with another live. But until then, like I always say, take care of yourselves, little pumpkin spice babies, literally. And enjoy yourself. It's literally later than you literally think.